Welcome, everyone. How is everyone doing? Good to see everybody here. Wow, it's been a wild week. It really has been, and I have missed all of you. Welcome, everybody. I am JL. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome to Bridge the Divine. Wow, did so much to kind of like to fill everybody in on. This is wild. So, as all of you know, I recently got back from a trip to Texas. I went back down to Texas to visit friends and, of course, to hang out with Irish Demon and Team Skeptic and Johnny O and just, pal around town, show them around Dallas. And they were preparing to go up to Seattle, or I think they were going to go to Vegas first, then they were going to go to Seattle. But unfortunately, because of the weather, that stuff all got, canceled. So I know that right now Irish is down in Texas, just kind of like doing stuff with Team. But man, that was a fun trip. Some of the stuff we didn't get to do that we wanted to, but I got to show Irish like a lot of the city and go to some cool places. And I know that he and Team are doing it as well. I got to show him downtown Dallas and all the cool stuff like Dealey Plaza, the JFK Memorial, the Book Depository, and then of course Reunion Tower and the Bank of America Tower, all the stuff that makes up the cool skyline down there. But we had a lot of fun. It was really cool. And we got to drive out to Bowie, Texas, get to spend some time on the road, kind of show him kind of like the country of Texas, like what the country looks like. It's really cool stuff. And then, what's this? I don't want to get distracted. And then show him like the world's largest Bowie knife, which he thought was really cool. So we just got to do a bunch of cool stuff. It was a lot of fun. But now we'll definitely kind of recap that. I have thrown out an invite to Johnny O if he wants to come on the stream. And of course, Irish or Team or whatever, they happen to pop in, they're more than welcome to come and just kind of chat about what we did all last week. And one thing I was surprised about is just, I came back to a giant backlog of work, and we're going to dive into that stuff because the stupid never ends. So because it constantly goes on. So I came back to like a stack of videos I had to look at, a bunch of craziness that was going on around the country. But before we dive into everything, let's see who is in the chat. I see a bunch of people in here that I recognize. Oh, let's start at the top. Let's go to the top. Scroll to the top. Here we go. Nimrod's in the house. Says hello. Apparently Nimrod was first in the chat, but hello, Nimrod. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Clive Wells is in the house. Good to see you, Clive Wells. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And Arjo Rissanen is in the house. Says Texas theocracy is spiraling towards idiocracy fast, just like other conservative states. Conservative seems to be synonymous with theocracy, idiocracy, fascist, and reality denialism. there's a lot of truth in that statement, and it's getting crazy. But I have a theory, or I have a hypothesis as to why that is, and it may make some sense. So we'll dive into that here in just a moment. But good to see you, Ardo. So glad that you're here. Second best Bob's in the house, as reminder said. So I'm not trusting it. I'm so not trusting it, though. But good to see you, second best Bob. Glad you made it. Appreciate you being here. Also a member of the Godless Army. I do appreciate that support. And you, of course, can also become a member of the Godless Army. And you can enjoy the channel badges that I've created, which is the Expanding Mind badge. And, of course, all of the emojis that I created. Of course, you guys just recently unlocked a new emoji. There's a new emoji, which is Angry Santa Claus. And I know when I made it, it was big, and it doesn't look good big, but when you shrink it down to emoji size, I think it actually looks pretty good. So, but yes, Angry Santa is the new emoji that y'all unlocked. So y'all enjoy that. That's Young Earth creationist Eric Jewell as the Angry Santa Claus, because that's pretty much what he was. So he was angry, and he was fake. But yeah, it's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoy that one. NANA's in the house. Good to see you, NANA, another member of the Godless Army. Hello to you. Mr. Malord's in the house all the way from Chicago. Good to see you, Mr. Malord's. Thank you so much for being here. Another member of the Godless Army. There's Clive Wells and the ghosts I come to love. Good to see those ghosts. Marcus Dresden's in the house. Good to see you, Marcus Dresden. And you are correct. Flatards suck. That's why we don't talk about them anymore. It's just pointless. And Clive Wells is correct. JL talks to ghosts. If you mean by talk to ghosts, I use a multimeter to check voltage. There you go. That's how they communicate to me. So good to see you. Captain Welsh is in the house. Good to see you, Captain Welsh. Hello. Oh, what is this? Ardo says, I talk to cats. Sometimes they talk back, and we have arguments. I clearly remember that I gave them food, and the poop in the litter box proves it. Yet they claim they haven't eaten for years. I have seen this. The friends that I was staying with down in Texas actually have several cats. And while it works out because even though I'm allergic to them, they tend to stay away from strangers, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, I get that because in the morning it was always like, yeah. So I get it. That's why I have dogs. I'm not really a cat person. I'm really more of a dog person. Just, because dogs can do jobs and you can train them much more easily than you can train cats. So Sean Alexander's in the house. Good to see you, Sean Alexander, with the Donut Earth. Greetings to you, my fellow heathen and hooligan. And yes, Donut Earth, one of those cool emojis that I made for you. Cindy, also a member of the Godless Army. Thank you, Sean Alexander. And Cindy Johnson as well, a member of the Godless Army, says hello, Cindy Johnson. So good to see you. Ardo says, time is midnight here. I wonder how many ghosts start haunting me tonight. Well, here's one, and all the ones I bring with me. So Charlie Welch is in the house. Good to see you, Charlie Welch. Another member of the Godless Army. I do appreciate it, Charlie. Good to see you. And Donnie does that. Hey, Donnie. Good to see you. Thank you so much. And very cool stuff that you showed me. And we will definitely talk about the board game situation. We'll talk about that and kind of like the steps in there. So we'll definitely talk to you about that. Let me see here. Who else we got in the house? Yes, Marcus Dresden. And, it kind of scrolled on me. Robert Caslow's in the house. Says, what's up, my Globetards? What's up, Mr. Caslow? Good to see you. And I see Mystique, Tina Jones in this. That's not a knife. Good to see you, Tina Jones. Thank you for the ghost emoji. I do appreciate it. That's not a knife. Actually, it was such a shame. I didn't get to practice. We didn't get to do the accent off between me and Irish Demon. Irish Demon was supposed to be a Georgia accent, like a South Georgia accent. And I was supposed to do my best North Dublin accent, or Dublish. I was supposed to do my best Dublin accent, but I didn't get an opportunity to do that because apparently these things were crazy out there. But I really wanted to try, and I thought, and I practiced it a lot to try and get to it, but never did get the opportunity, which was a shame. But hopefully we'll be able to do that eventually. We'll either do it on a live stream or we'll do it in person. So let me see. Commander Darklight's in the house, another member of the Godless Army. Thank you so much, Commander Darklight. Good to see you, sir. And Monkey in the Works as well. Good to see you. It says, lurking while I change the cat box. It does need to be changed. Good to see you, Monkey in the Works, another member of the Godless Army. There's Commander Darklight with all those amazing emojis that I've created. I love those emojis. Yep, and there's the Eric Santa. Yes, Eric Santa. Gotta love it. You see, it's weird. I only see like the commands, like the colon, / or underscore, and then the name of it. I don't actually see the emojis here, but I do see them when they're in. Oh, there we go. Okay, that Angry Santa turned out pretty good. I have to admit. I'm looking at it in the YouTube live chat. It looked pretty solid. Dig it. All right. Second best Bob is in the house. Good to see you. Another member of the Godless Army, just because it makes sense. Become a member, you all. Oh, I appreciate that, second best Bob. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Maximal's in the house. Good to see you. Maximal, thank you so much for being here. Cindy Johnson says, wait, a new emoji? Damn straight a new emoji. And I've got more. Now once we get them, I've got them all planned out. So the minute we hit those levels, boom, those emojis will drop. So I appreciate that, Cindy Johnson. I hope you do like the new Angry Santa. And let me see here. Red Ink is in the house. Good to see you, Red Ink. Saying hello. Hello to you. And Jinju's in the house says, hello, everyone. Congratulations on your trivia win at the last Week in Horror. I've got that printed out. I will get that shipped to you ASAP. That should be on the way, or should be printing as we speak. I'll get a notification. But thank you so much. I hope you enjoy that pie class that you won. Surf is in the house. Good to see you, Surf. Another member of the Godless Army. I do appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Surf. And Mark Beiser's in the house. Is derp. Good to see you, Mark. Mark hung out with us for a little bit while we were up there. We hung out at the Cheesecake Factory. I met Team Irish and Mark up there, and we chilled out. We played some games at the bar. It was a lot of fun. That was an absolute blast. We had a lot of fun there, just kind of hanging out, and then just kind of finished out the night, just drinking. And we tried to get. It was funny. We tried to get Team to pick up or to get a girl's number, to get her number by only asking questions, and the outcome of that was quite hilarious. So there are stories to be told there, and I hope that Team tells you that story, because I don't want to spoil it, but it was a lot of fun. And we think he tried, but we're not 100%. But anyway, that was the challenge given to him. But needless to say, he didn't come away with a number. But the journey to that point was quite hilarious, because it was these two girls that came up to the bar. Too damn funny. All right. And thank you, C. Mark Bros. And Mark Beiser has become a member of the Godless Army. Thank you so much, sir. I do appreciate the support. Please enjoy the channel badges that I have created for you. And, of course, the emojis that I have for you, the very cool emojis. The most popular one of which is Crying Otangelo. But, of course, there's a whole bunch for you to choose from. Some philosophers, Donut Earth, Darth with red duct tape on his mouth, and an angry Santa Claus that I had to debate a few weeks ago. So I hope you appreciate them. I hope you like them. Thank you so much, Mark, for the support. Appreciate it. All right. And then, of course, I see Clive Wells is in there. Oh, there's Clive Wells trying to summon Otangelo. Otangelo. I see a bunch of people trying to summon Otangelo. Remember to sacrifice that mitochondria. So Mr. E-Man's in the house. Good to see you, Mr. E-Man. Greetings to you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And let me see who else here. Oh, Robert Caslow says, comfort. Bring the creationists. Oh, Ray Comfort. That dude doesn't debate. That dude just wants to preach. So if anybody who platforms him, that's all he's going to do. He's just going to preach his ass off. He doesn't want to answer questions. He doesn't want to address arguments. He doesn't want to do any of that. The guy just is bankrupt. Totally bankrupt. Let me see here. Yes, enjoy them. Yes, Mr. Colby too is in the house. Says hello from Arizona. Very cool. Thank you so much, Mr. Colby. Glad that you're here. Appreciate you being here. All right. So I think I got everybody. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. I'll definitely catch you as you pop into the chat if you happen to say hi. And I'm so glad that everybody's here and can hang out with me today. Oh, let me see. What is this? Clive says, may the wetness of a dozen prune juice shots soak your keyboard. He's an old man. All right. Yes, Mark Ryder says, rather not summon Otangelo. I think Otangelo has given up on me. He won't address me anymore because I caught him in a direct. I basically caught him in the break in his epistemology, and basically how he gives other theists a pass for believing in evolution. He gives other Christians a pass for believing in evolution or anything of that nature, like abiogenesis, like that. He gives them a pass because they're already Christians. So the only reason he attacks evolution and abiogenesis is because atheists believe in it. So he's selective in that. So it's not really that important to him. He just likes to try and attack atheists, and he does it very, very badly, as all of you have seen. That his arguments are just terrible. So there's really no point. But I caught him in Discord one night in a conversation, and now he just refuses to even talk to me whatsoever. So no big loss. Commander Darklight says, I think they want to hear the Otangelo song again. You want to hear the Otangelo song? You can hear the Otangelo song. Give me 1 second. I've got it in my resource folder. They want to hear the Otangelo song. All right, here's the Otangelo song.
Are there not many songs about Otangelo? Is it 'cause nobody cares?
I freaking love that thing. That is amazing. Oh, yes, yes. We do love to poke fun at Otangelo around here. We absolutely do. Oh, Robert says, Copeland, bring forth the agent of Satan on earth. Oh, and he'll be like the wind of God. Try to blow the COVID. Oh, sorry, try to blow the log allergy away. I don't want to get shut down. But oh, he's such trash. He's such trash. Decepticon Soundwave is in my favorite Decepticon, by the way. Soundwave rocked. Good to see you, Decepticon Soundwave. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Robert Caslow says, "What the fuck rhymes with Otangelo?" Don't know. I don't know. Yes, it is not easy being green. This is very true, Sean. This is very, very true. You're very welcome, Commander Darklight. I love that video, and I always have it ready if people want to see it. All right, and I see, Clive Wells. Oh, frogs. Yes, definitely frogs. Frogs! Oh, man. So, something first that I want to jump on, something very, very cool. My wife got me something, and she likes to find stuff for me before we dive into Texas, because, speaking of Texas, so you all know that I like to try hot stuff, like you see how hot we can find stuff. And my wife found me some cheese dip. And this cheese dip is called Hell on the Red, and it has little devils all over it. So it's perfect for my channel, it's absolutely perfect. So hot and spicy cheese dip, and this was made in like straight up made in Texas, and literally off of FM 273. Well, I know exactly where that is. I actually know where that is. So most likely someone's got a property over there and they do their own foods and everything, but I want to make sure it's nice and mixed up. But I was going to give this a try. Hot and spicy cheese dip, Hell on the Red. And they do not, he doesn't have, or whoever made this, he or she, does not have a website on here, which is a shame, because if this is really, really good, I'm sure people would like to try it for themselves. But it's called Hell on the Red, hot and spicy cheese dip, so I'm going to give this a shot. So, oh, yeah. Gotta love that pop. That pop is always nice. All right. Oh, Sean Alexander says, Copeland is definitive proof of the existence of demons. That guy is just wrong, in all the ways. Him, Osteen, just absolute trash. All right. And he says, bridge the divide. I dig really hot, spicy, but not so much on the way out. If y'all remember, Second Best Bob says, because you can't smell hot stuff doesn't affect you so much. It's like cheating. It kind of is, but that just means that I have to go for the really, really hot stuff. If y'all remember, if anybody was there, we did a live stream back in Texas, did a live stream with Irish and team. And I can't even remember how long we were on, but we were doing shots, and I did a shot of that ghost pepper sauce, or whatever the pepper sauce was. Was it? I can't remember. I can't even remember what the name of it was. I bought it for Irish so he could take it home and he could try it. He refused to. He refused to try it because he was terrified about how hot it was. He's like, I think he tasted just a little touch of it. He was like, nope, way too much. So I did a shot of that. So that was no problem. And then, of course, I actually put a few drops of it in my shots of brimstone, of the brimstone whiskey. And that was easy. It actually made it better, which was shocking. It actually, it was actually pretty good. So this is I don't know if you can see it. This is the cheese dip. So I'm going to try this. And I actually have this prepped and ready to go with a chip, with a scooping chip, as you can see. Let's give this a shot and see just how spicy this actually is. So, and of course, if it's not spicy, that's fine, or might not be spicy to me, but it could just be really, really good. As far as cheese dip goes, it's a little thinner than I'm used to. Not as thick. But you can definitely taste the spicy in it. I'm gonna give it one more because sometimes spicy is cumulative and you need more. So little bit on the roof of the mouth, kind of the back of the throat. Definitely, it's peppery. I would say not as sharp. Not as sharp as like most peppers. I would say on the it's a kind of moves in between. It kind of moves in between cayenne and jalapeno. What exactly is in this? Let's take a look. Red pepper, jalapeno. Okay, so tomatoes, onions, jalapeno peppers, red pepper. So. Unfortunately, not terribly spicy. I don't know why it's called Hell on the Red. But yes, Sean Alexander, you're right. You know a sauce is hot when it burns the asses of the people around you. This is very, very true. So it's got a little bit of a spice, but I would say nothing extreme. It's pretty much jalapenos and red pepper is what it is. But it's not bad. It doesn't taste bad at all. As a matter of fact, if I were to heat this up, this would be pretty. I think this would be, actually, you know what? Heat this up and maybe mix in some hot salsa, like some just like legit like chunky hot salsa. This would be really, really good. This would be really fantastic. So I kind of enjoyed that. I dig that. That tastes really, really good. So a good choice. Now you know me, not terribly spicy to me, but I would say you might dig this. So hell, if you're in Texas, Hell on the Red hot and spicy cheese dip. Kind of dig that. We have a little bit more of that a little bit later. All right. There's an example. I don't even need a drink after that. So it was pretty much it. All right. Let me see here. Yes, Ardo. I love cumulative spiciness with that. I do enjoy cumulative spicy. Yeah, when it builds up, I do enjoy that the most. Demon Orb is in the house. Good to see you, Demon Orb. Hello, hello. And Ginger says, pour some over chorizo. Sounds good to me. Ooh, yeah. Some ground beef. Some like ground beef or some chorizo mixed into this would be fantastic. That would be really, really good. So, all right. So let me see here. Okay, so that we got that try out of the way. So I recently got back from Texas, hung out with Irish Demon, who gave me this wonderful hat, and I really do love this hat. Let me know if this hat works. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about this hat. And I happen to dig it a lot. I really, really like this hat. Oh, yeah. Think that's cool? Does that work? I think that works. Definitely. I dig this. Absolutely. I like that. So Irish brought me that hat from Ireland. He also brought me some stuff, some really, really cool stuff from the Guinness factory. So he brought me a lighter. He brought me a magnet and a patch, and a Guinness patch. So he brought me a bunch of cool stuff from Ireland. I bought him some stuff. I got him some stuff from Buc-ee's and from the Harley Davidson shop in Allen. So you got some cool stuff there. I really dig this cap. I dig, I think I may like it more than the Australian bush hat. I really dig the Australian bush hat, but I think I like this more. I think this one kind of suits me. I don't know. But yes, like I said, thank you, Mr. Colby, too. Appreciate it. I really do like it. So, like I said, when I came home, oh, wait, what is it? Oh, Clive Will says, but how can you taste it if all you are feeling is the pain in your mouth? That's true. Damn, I kind of want another. I want to try this again. Very tasty. Very tasty. So, like I said, when I got back from Texas, I unfortunately did not get to see, or did not get to say goodbye to Team and Johnny and everybody in person, because they were all gearing up for possibly going out of town on the flight to Vegas. And then the weather was hitting. The weather was hitting very, very hard. It was starting to. So the weather was coming in. There was warnings all over the place. And unlike them, they had to have a plane or they were staying in town. I had to drive because I couldn't stay in Texas any longer. I think a week of me staying with people for a week is long enough. They don't need to deal with me any longer than that. So I needed to get back on the road. Oh, thank you, Donnie. I appreciate that. I like Jamie from Mythbusters. So I needed to get back on the road, and it was a 5.5-hour trip to get back up to where I live. And it was the weather was just starting to hit. So I started noticing snow accumulation on the ground. And of course, most of the way that I drive is pretty much 2-lane highways. And it was dicey. There were some points when because they were live while I was driving. They were doing Weekinhorror. And there's some areas where I was doing like 25 miles per hour on the road where I couldn't drive any faster than that. Or, like traffic was backed up because nobody wanted to drive very fast. So eventually I made it back home. The guys did Weekinhorror without me, and I thought they did a really fantastic job. Aaron Reese was amazing. I thought he stepped in and he brought, he brings his encyclopedic knowledge and all this really cool stuff. And I thought it was a really good episode. Can't wait to drop it on Sunday. And of course, I'll be back for Weekinhorror now. But, I had to drive back. So unfortunately, I didn't get to say goodbye to all the guys down in Texas. And then, of course, I found out the next day everything was locked down. All the flights were canceled, and then they were stuck, which I think that they are still down there. That I think Irish is. So he'll be down there, I think, sometime next week. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he has a flight going back out. So hopefully he'll be able to make his flight going home so he can get home, because I know he really wants to get back to Jen. But yeah, there are plans to go and mess with Mark, to go up there and see Glenn, to run into Glenn Serio. We're kind of thwarted, unfortunately, but that would have been awesome. But we will eventually get back up there because, unless he gets sentenced and gets, put in jail. But yeah, so unfortunately they didn't get to do that, but I had a blast hanging out with them. So like I said, the stupidity really adds up. It stacks up while you're gone, because it was kind of a vacation for me. So I prepped everything for Weekinhorror before I left, and then I came here, and then I went down there, and then I recorded some stuff on my phone, and I got some good stuff. And I'm still working on, because as far as like going around and going like you're recording with my phone and everything, I'm not that great. So I got some stuff that was pretty good. Oh, look at that. 4 hours ago, Irish Demon hit 17,000 subscribers. That dude is just leaving us in the dust. What a monster. Well, congratulations, Irish Demon, for cracking 17,000 subs. Well done, dude. Pretty soon he's not going to be able to talk to us anymore. He's just going to be busy all the time. Oh, I'm so busy with my channel. So what are we going to do? Sometimes we blow up, and, hopefully he won't forget us little guys, or at least me, because Johnny's well behind him. Johnny's on his way to 10K. And, hopefully they will, say, hey guys, but nonetheless. But yeah, the stupidity adds up when you're gone. And so I have got, I'm going to be releasing the, my John MacArthur video where he made some, he addressed the transgender community in a really horrible way. I'll be releasing that video here shortly. So kind of halfway done editing and make sure I've got everything in there that I want. And then, of course, I've got all kinds of fun stuff. And you saw in the thumbnail that it was what was it? Robert Kessler, did you try to record a sheriff's office for the First Amendment? No, we didn't do any. There was no auditing there when I was down there. They talked about, doing an auditing video to show how to audit and how to do it correctly or something, but I don't know what came of that. I know they did a live stream. I know they dropped a couple of videos. I know Team dropped something earlier today, but I was just, we pretty much just tooled around Dallas just to show, Irish the sights. It's pretty much all we did. Hung out at Johnny's place, did some traveling, hung out at Teams, got to eat, a whole bunch of friggin' fast food and everything. He got to try Jack in the Box. He got to try Whataburger, all that cool stuff. So Demon Orb says if he blows up, we could use him as a blimp. Oh, you mean subs? Yes. Oh, Ardo says now that you have that Irish cap with leprechaun fur, its magic might help you get to 10K soon. Maybe. Clive Wells says, will 17,000 Irish demon deem to talk to the little people like us? I have no idea. Maybe maybe he'll be too busy. I hope not, because I really like hanging out with him and I really like doing stuff with him. So I don't know. Maybe he'll just be very difficult to get a hold of now. I don't know. But he's blowing up. Congratulations to him, man. He's put in the work. He's put in the effort. And he does some really fantastic stuff. So I'm looking forward to, the sky's the limit for Irish Demon. So it'll be awesome. Can't wait to see what he does with this channel. Not to mention this new upcoming join channel between him and Team. They're doing like a joint effort together, I think, which would be really, really cool. And I have no idea what they're going to come up with. But I will tell you this: when and if I'm able to get out to Ireland, which I will, eventually I'll be able to get out to Ireland. Irish and I will be doing a little. Irish and I will be doing a series where we go and we explore the most haunted places in Ireland. So either he's going to do that alone or he's going to wait for me to get up there to Ireland so that we can do it together. And we're going to, I think that's going to be awesome. We found like the 10 most haunted places in all of Ireland. And I would like to do that video with him. I think it would be an absolute blast. So hopefully, he'll either do that on his own on like the Lost Irishman channel, or we will do it together, and it'll be a lot of fun. Let me see here. Robert Gaz says, what happened between Team Skeptic and FTFE? That is a long story that I think Team would need to relay. That's really kind of like stuff that went on between them, and I think they would have to relay that. That would be the best. I don't have all of the details. I only have scant pieces because I was never really a part of the flat Earth debunking community, so that was never my focus. My focus was always, religion and its detrimental effects in society. So I don't have the details. Either Team or Fight or someone who's closer to that may have more information. But I would suggest going to Team, because Team, when he is ready to or when he wants to, he'll talk about it. But that's I really couldn't comment on it. Turing Test 2 is in the house. Good to see you, Turing Test 2. Also a member of the Godless Army. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Clive Wells says, nope, the cake shop is the limit for Irish Demon. That's funny. Demon Orb says, most haunted Irish Demon's toilet after Reaper squeezins. No doubt. Demonic. But yeah, hopefully that'll be something cool that we can do when and if I get up to Ireland, which hopefully will be soon. So I look forward to visiting him on his turf and hanging out with him. So Robert Caslow, yes, brought this up. So like I said, there is a stack of stupid that I have to that I'm going through right now. I've got Greg Locke whining and bitching about why he doesn't get why he's having difficulty getting his tent back up after the tornado disaster, after the tornado destroyed his original tent. We got him bitching and whining about that. I got Greg Locke calling, saying that news and media is owned by the devil. I have got Greg Locke doing some sort of deliverance from demons thing. And of course, telling people that Masons, witches, and warlocks will burn in hell. I've got like 4 Greg Locke videos that I'm going to look at, because that man, I may combine them into one, because the man is just an endless supply of crazy. I've got Matt Powell straw manning atheists like hell, just absolute straw man, and I've got Eric Metaxas, claiming that is atheism dead? Blah blah blah. It's like no, and then release this book called "Is Atheism Dead?" And no, it's not, because it's pretty much a rejection of the claim. Those who are not theists are atheists. It's pretty much a dichotomy. You're either a theist or an atheist. It's one of the two. So there is no, that's pretty much it. If you don't know, you're an agnostic. But if you don't believe in gods, you're an atheist. It's pretty much what it is. But he's pretty crappy. Oh yeah, there was Greg. Of course, and then of course, yes, I had that one as well. Greg Locke, and at his weird little book burning thing in the Tennessee woods, where he's like burning Harry Potter and burning Twilight like a freaking psycho. So yeah, I got a bunch of stupid coming up. And of course, I was hit as, let me see. Thank you, Leo Bates. Good to see you, Leo Bates. I am having a fantastic day. Thank you much for being here. I appreciate it. Arteristan says, has any flat earthers ever passed the Turing test? It's funny. Yes, Greg Locke, burning books. Yes, I got that. Yes, Demon Orb. And it's just, like I said, the stupid just piles up. And so, although I will say, in regards to the test thing, it was interesting that Raichi was able to pass that test that Simon and Dan gave her. Now, it wasn't a GCSE. It was like a primary school test, and she was able to pass that. So maybe she'll pass the next one. I don't know, but that was intriguing. It actually makes me think that she's a Poe, to be perfectly honest. Robert Caslo says burning Twilight is actually a good thing. It was terrible writing. Yeah, considering Twilight started out as Twilight was crappy reading. Sorry, 50 Shades of Grey started out as a Twilight fanfic that turned into 50 Shades. So, but yeah, Twilight is dumb. Is very, very dumb. Let's see. But as of recent, as you saw with the cross on the flag and the thumbnail, apparently we are in the middle of the rise of Christian nationalism. And there's a lot of craziness going on. Not like book burning and book banning recently. And then, of course, these what is it? No, I think Florida best put it. The people of Florida put it best. The No Say Gay bill, which is just freaking ridiculous. And okay, so Clive Wolf says it was an 11+ test used historically to decide which sort of state school kids go on to after junior school. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm disturbed because obviously this hasn't been a major thing in the past couple of years, but apparently it is now. And when groups are burning books that they don't like, or books that have themes in them that they disagree with, or whatever, I mean, it literally is the worst form of censorship. And when people are trying to pass bills in legislature that ban the teaching of things that are backed by science, things that are backed by evidence, this is, it's very, very weird. Let me see if I can articulate this the best way. One, you have groups that, like creationist groups, that don't believe in evolution, that think that teaching evolution is a violation of their right to freedom of religion like this. But then you have the separation of church and state, which essentially is that, schools do not promote any particular religious view, and it's not a place for religion. And so you can believe whatever you want to believe, but when you go to school, you learn the non-subjective stuff. They don't push any particular agenda. Most schools don't. Some schools still do, actually. I addressed that in one of my videos when I was talking about, when I was talking about that freaking foundation that puts on sketches, the Todd Becker Foundation that puts on sketches and big event, like musical events, in order to spread the Christian word to high school students. And they do assemblies and stuff like that while kids are at school. It's absolutely nuts. But the problem here is that as egregious as it looks, burning of books, banning of certain books, or even trying to pass bills that control that limit what our teachers can teach people about, can teach our students about, which we'll get to here in a sec. I don't think that a lot of these things are going to pass because they're silly. They're absolutely silly. Teachers are an authority figure. I don't know if we have any teachers. I know we have some teachers that are here in the chat, but especially in grade school here in the States, teachers are a major authority figure for children in their formative years. They spend most of their time at school, and the teachers that they have are pretty much often the same throughout the year. So, and they're fixtures there. You know who your teachers are. You'll know who they are through the entire time. I knew every one of my teachers throughout my entire time when I was in high school. I saw them every single day. those teachers are almost, because of the way our system works here in America, those teachers are almost as much as parents as they are, the actual, as they are kids' actual parents. They see them every day. They teach them things. They work on their progress. They do whatever. And there's a relationship there. Oftentimes, when a child is in a position where they are having issues of gender gender dysphoria or body dysmorphia, or they don't feel like they can talk to their parents, their guidance counselors and or their teachers are often the next step. That's the individual that they can go and talk to. So when Oklahoma passed this, and I'll share this screen because this is just nuts. Okay, so this is currently in the Clive Willis jail. Saw the head teacher every day. He had to. So this is currently going on in my state. Yeah, Fahrenheit 451. Yep, second best, Bob. Good reference. So this is currently going on in my state. Oklahoma bill would fine teachers $10,000 for teaching anything that contradicts religion. The dude who's pushing this thing is Rob Standridge. He's a Republican state senator. He introduced this bill that would allow people to sue the parents, essentially, to sue teachers for taking an anti-religious perspective. That's him. He was also a dude. He also introduced another one. Like, what did he introduce? He introduced a bill to ban books that reference identity, sex, and gender from public school libraries. And of course, we all know a school in Tennessee recently banned Maus, a Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel about the Holocaust, because it has profanity and female nudity, the two reasons cited for the ban. It's not as extreme as it may sound. That is definitely blown out of proportion. Maus was a fantastic read, and like I said, I agree, should be required reading. But nonetheless, this is what's going on here. So Oklahoma State Senator Rob Standridge, who's a Republican, has introduced a bill that would allow people to sue teachers if they offer an opposing view towards religious beliefs held by students. And this is called the Students' Religious Belief Protection Act. I'll let that sink in for a moment. Under this act, were it to pass, teachers can be fined a minimum of $10,000 per incident per individual, and the fines have to be paid from personal resources. And if they can't pay the fine, they would be fired under the act. So this allows parents to demand the removal of any books perceived as anti-religious. This includes topics on evolution, Big Bang cosmology, and even birth control. So we're pushing into that area where ignorance in health class. Okay? So this is what this guy has drummed up. Currently, now this is good. Oh yeah, so per Forbes, the bill does not specify what deeply held beliefs, which is the language used in the bill. It doesn't specify what deeply held beliefs are, but it is bound to change how subjects like history, science, and health are taught if it passes. Currently, the bill has no sponsors and has been referred to the Senate Education Committee. If passed, this act, which has been referred to as, this is just disgusting, has been referred to as necessary for the preservation of the public peace. Angry parents who can't control what the children are learning, and they are unable to homeschool them to teach them, I guess, whatever they want. So now they want to change the state school system to push their religious beliefs, or at least not countermand them. And by not giving this thing, I mean, that's just like, yes, Captain Welsh, you are correct. Fuck me, this is very bad. Yeah, this is bad. And let me see where. Edison Carter's in the house. Good to see you, Edison Carter. Says the ones pushing laws to restrict something are usually the ones doing the thing they want made illegal. Agreed. Yep. And let me see. I think I saw Bob Nodell's gyroscope come in. Where'd he go? Bob Nodell's gyroscope. Where is he? I think I saw him, didn't I? Yes, there he is. It's good evening, all. Sorry I'm late. Having trouble with my laptop, but have you on my TV in case my laptop dies. No problem. Good to see you, Bob Nodell. Do appreciate you being here. Or, sorry, your gyroscope. Spin on, my good friend. I do agree, Demon or Dubé's book should be used to be, should be burnt. I agree with that. And wipe up poo. I agree with that. So, let's see. Robert Castro says, does it look like the bill will go anywhere? Well, currently the bill doesn't have any sponsors. So that's a good sign. And it's being passed on to the Senate Education Committee. And I seriously doubt this will pass. I seriously doubt it will pass. Because we are currently living in the dumbest timeline, I'm not going to say it won't pass. But I will say it probably won't pass. So Mark Beiser says, girl, just hold an ass between your knees and you won't get pregnant. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, WTF. Yeah, this one is extreme. Yeah, spin on, you crazy diamond. Sorry, that was a reference from a Jason Statham movie called Revolver. Anyway, so yes, so that's what's looking at as far as teachers. Now, given how much teachers are paid, this is the big scary thing. This is the really scary thing. Given how much teachers are paid in the state of Oklahoma, which is the average teacher salary in Oklahoma is, according to salary.com, is $43,000 to $74,000 per year for a public school teacher. Now that's a very, very wide range. That's an extremely wide range. And let me see here. Okay, here we go. A good average in between that would be $57,000, $37. So $57,000 a year is pretty much the average, and that's all schools across the board. So for $57,000 a year, which is not a lot of money, a teacher could potentially be facing, if this were to pass, could be facing an angry parent in their asserting their deeply held belief, and could be facing $10,000 for every incident. Now, the worst part about this is, if a student feels that it's violated there or made them feel uncomfortable or whatever, violated the deeply held belief, if a student feels this way and then reports it, and then the parent goes and sues, even if the teacher didn't do it, they still have to go to court because it is a civil action. They still have to go to court. They still have to pay lawyers' fees. They still have to go through the hassle of doing this. Even for nuisance suits, say you're a teacher who is adamant about this, people could target you. All this does is drive our nation, drive at least the state, is drive us further into a deficit of teachers who can legitimately teach. Teachers would rather quit than be faced with this, be faced with the threat. And Cindy Sue, good to see you. Another member of the Godless Army says, the purpose, in my opinion, is to destroy public schools. Agreed. I would agree with this. Ever since Kitzmiller, the objective is to try and get their bullshit in there. And this is why I don't think it will pass, is because what Senate Republican Rob Standridge and out of Norman is trying to do, what he's attempting to do, is dog whistle to his constituents that of where his stance is, because we're coming up into elections. This crap won't pass. I don't believe it. I don't believe it will pass. Standridge probably doesn't believe it will pass. But what he's doing is he's basically sending up a flare to let his constituents know, this is what I believe and this is what I stand, so that they will vote for him again. This is the kind of BS political maneuvering that shakes everybody up and freaks everybody out, just so he can turn around and, it's like, yeah, and then get the votes he needs and be sitting pretty in his office again. This is why we need term limits, so that we don't get crap like this. So we don't waste time trying to fight bullshit like this. But here's the problem. There is the very scary chance that it could pass, because everybody's of the mind that won't pass. But if nobody fights it, then it could pass. It could very well pass, which is why it's scary, which is why people need to be aware of this. Ugly German Truths is in the house. Good to see you, Ugly German Truths. Says maybe that is the revenge for mandatory vaccination, driving all the right-wing idiot nurses out of healthcare. Maybe. Bob Neal says, when did you give me a wrench? Just noticed it now. Downside of being a gyroscope, I guess only programmed for one thing, right? Well, technically they spin. They can spin. Let me see here. It says, Bridgevide says, Ugly German Juice says, that $57K after income taxes. Let me see. It says, nah, that's before taxes. That would be before taxes. That's 57. That's the average is 57,000 before taxes. So not a lot of money. They don't get a lot of money. And so now this is just putting them in a position where they can just go somewhere else and make 57 grand a year and not have to worry about being sued every time they crack open a biology book. Because this is going to create that. Because if this were to pass, this is very similar to what Texas is doing. What Texas did with its with the whole bounty hunting issue with abortions. Pro-life individuals, if you are an Uber driver and you drive a woman to a Planned Parenthood and she gets an abortion after 6 weeks, and someone finds out of this, you as the Uber driver could technically be sued because you abetted that. Or sorry, you aided that. You aided her in getting that abortion. You could be on the hook for 10 grand. She will be on the hook for 10 grand. The nurses and the doctor who helped her would be on the hook for 10 grand each. Civil suit. And here's the worst of it. And I hate bringing up such gross stuff. In Texas, under the current provisions, if a woman were to be sexually assaulted and impregnated and didn't know it, and then found out after 6 weeks, and then she went and got an abortion, her rapist could sue her for aborting that baby if it's after 6 weeks. This is the kind of crap that is currently going on. Like individuals like Greg Abbott. That potentially is the thing. That argument was actually proposed to be like, this is what the standard you've created. No one in Texas batted an eye. Because they're all about blaming the victim down there. They really, really are. That's what it is about. Is because if obviously something happened to her, that's her fault. I've heard that so many times. It's absolutely twisted. It's so fucking twisted. But yeah. But what I'm saying is that, yes, Tina, yes, I did just say that. It is beyond fucked. That is what's going on in the state of Texas right now. And here we are in the state of Oklahoma, and this guy wants to do the exact same thing, but he wants to go after teachers. Part of our infrastructure, our crumbling infrastructure, I might add. I don't mean to be a doomsayer when it comes to like the state of America, but our infrastructure sucks. Healthcare, education, and our physical infrastructure. Electricity, plumbing, roads, bridges. It's freaking insane. It's insane. And of course, more people need to be aware of it. That's what it is. More people need to be aware of this, of the entailments of what these people are passing. It's absolutely crazy. Ardo says, what is really insane that many victims of sexual violence need to see the rapist for counseling. Oh, the therapist. You're funny. Yeah, that was a play on words. To see what you did there. Ugly German Truth says the rapist could sue her, but that is exactly the thing conservatives have dreamed of for decades. But what about the right of the father to want the child to be born? Despicable atrocities. Damn straight. It's absolutely twisted. It's fucking hell. But yeah, this guy right here is really trying it. This dude, Rob Standridge, Senate Republican out of Norman, Oklahoma. So yeah, over a month ago, Standridge introduced a bill to ban books that reference identity, sex, and gender from public school libraries, according to The Hill. that's obviously problematic, because when you're talking about just identity, sex, and gender, like, what are we talking about? Like, what specifically? This is very vague. These are very wide, very broad terms, like identity, sex, and gender. What about? Are you banning the color purple? Because I remember reading that book and it was pretty damn important. Are you banning The Catcher in the Rye? Are you banning The Great Gatsby? So I don't know. Are you? How about Brave New World? You know. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. But that was over a month ago. He introduced a bill. I don't think that is passed or maybe coming up. Of course, that's Tennessee doing that one. Yeah. So it's absolutely nuts. But that is what's currently going on. Oklahoma bill would fine teachers $10,000 for teaching anything that contradicts religion. And so I ran into that. So that's what I came home to. So looking forward to addressing that one. But yeah. And obviously, we went down in Tennessee. I think there was a list. Let me see here. So Tennessee book ban, which recently took place. So Mao's got banned. This is 3 days ago. Book banning in Tennessee. Let me see here. Yes, I would agree. Book banning is bad, is what this person says about it. So was it just Mao's that got banned? I think it was it just Mao's? Or was a number of other? Okay, so just Mao's got banned. Okay. Because, they concluded that in that county, that children in the 8th grade may not be socially or emotionally mature enough to handle a book like Mao's, which features both nudity and profanity. Using Mao's as a teaching tool for children at that age may pervert their impression of the Holocaust rather than awaken them to its horrors. Then if that's the case, don't ban it. Just increase the level at which they read it. Move it from the 8th grade to the 10th grade or the 11th grade, or put it in their senior year. I don't care. But don't ban books. You don't do it. I mean, I don't know. We've seen this. Vonnegut wrote expressly about this and the dangers that are inherent with it. Second Best Bob. This is what's really, really twisted. Is Second Best Bob says, is this all in the name of religion / God? I'm going to say yes, but they won't say it. I'm going to say absolutely it is, but they will not actually bring it. They won't be like, oh, of course it is. Yes, it's the name of God in our religion. They won't say it, because that opens the door to that level of, that opens the door to a level of scrutiny that they're not prepared for. When you start fighting for that, then it becomes a kind of like, it's no longer about the public interest. It's now about the interest of their theism, the interest of their religious, denomination or whatever it is. Once you do that, then you start getting into, religion, passing laws, based upon religious ideals. And that's when it becomes an issue. So they won't directly state it, because that muddies the water and it will automatically get it shut down, because separation of church and state is extremely important. So Cindy Sue says, the white cisgendered evangelical God. Damn straight. That's who he is. So yeah, so Tennessee burned Mao's, but then let's back this up again, because I saw it. Conservative pastor holds witchcraft book burning event targeting Harry Potter and Twilight. The book burning comes as school districts around the country ban various titles. So yeah, like I was saying, I want to hear what y'all think. They want to police vice and virtue. You are correct, Demon Orb. They want police of vice and virtue. Sean Alexander says that they want to ban books with overtly offensive content like sex, rape, violence, incest, genocide, slavery, child sex trafficking. I see where you're going with this. I think of one single book that can go first. Absolutely. There might be some themes in that book which people are not ready for. Kind of like Lot and Lot's daughters. Yeah. Let's not do that. Definitely. So I'm thinking, remember, look at it. All of this came like all at once, right? The book burning, the bills against gays, like in Florida, The bill, I think they're actually very close to passing that. And in Florida, if you haven't heard, let me see if I can find it real quick. Florida, no say gay. The Don't Say Gay bill is already, it hasn't even passed yet. Florida residents protest Don't Say Gay bill. That was 3 days ago. House Committee in Florida passes Don't Say Gay. Let me see here. January 21st. House Committee in Florida passes Don't Say Gay bill. And I think it's moving on. Let's see. A House Committee in Florida on Thursday passed a bill which aims to ban discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity in schools. The bill would bar educators from talking about LGBTQ plus topics that are not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. An identical bill has also been introduced in Florida State Senate. According to a recent report from the Trevor Project, LGBTQ plus youth who learned about LGBTQ plus people or issues in school had 23% lower odds of reporting a suicide attempt in the last year than those who did not. So, a Florida House Committee passed a bill seeking to ban discussions of sexuality and gender identity in school classrooms, which LGBTQ advocates are effectively saying it would erase LGBTQ history, culture, and students. Because if you cannot be yourself, this drives children back into the closet. This drives people into being quiet when they need advocates. And advocates can only be advocates when they are aware that there is a problem, when they are aware that there is something that is causing this individual psychological pain or causing them physical pain, or in some way disrupting their home life, disrupting their social life, doesn't matter. They are in a bad way, and they need advocates who can stand up and fight for them and who they can communicate with, and they're not going to have them in Florida. Let's see. Okay, so the Parental Rights and Education Bill, which is also known as the parental rights in education. Basically, parents dictating what their children can and cannot learn. This bill is about defending the most awesome responsibility a person can have, being a parent, which is what Joe Harding, Florida State Republican, who first introduced the bill. That job can only be given by you to you by okay, here we go. That job can only be given to you by above. Was his direct quote. By above. So they're doing it for their God. They just won't say it. That's the point. Second best Bob. There's a Don't Say Gay bill. Shut up. There is a Don't Say Gay bill. And it is in Florida. Also known as the Parental Rights in Education bill. Yep. Jesse's in the house. Good to see you, Jesse. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Anthony Vasquez is in the house. Good to see you, Anthony Vasquez. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Thought I saw someone else new popping in. Might have been my eyes playing tricks. My eyes were playing tricks on me. Edison Carter. Nope, it wasn't. And Edison Carter says, Texas Republicans love Sharia law, but don't like using those words because of religious bias. Very true, Edison. Very, very true. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. So, but here's the thing. Here's the big thing. So, as egregious as a lot of this stuff, as bad as a lot of this is, we're coming up in election year. This is 2022. The midterms are coming up for Biden, and of course, there's a lot of people are up for re-election. This is what these individuals are doing to dog whistle to their bases as to what their positions are, or what they're willing to fight for. To let these people know who support their constituents, let them know that they still believe in what they believe in. That's all they're trying to say. I'm still fighting for this, and I'm still fighting for that. You believe in this, so I believe in this. Vote for me. And then once they get those votes, and they're sitting pretty for another 2 years, no worries. Or another 4 years, or whatever position they have to be in. No worries whatsoever. So Anthony Vasquez actually lives in Florida. I'm very curious, Anthony, what you'd have to say about the parental rights and education bill, or the Don't Say Gay bill. Okay, so and basically, according to the bill, parents may take legal action against their child's school district and be awarded damages if they believe any of its policies infringe on their fundamental right to make decisions regarding the upbringing and control of their children. And of course, Chasten Buttigieg, or Chasten Buttigieg, Chasten Buttigieg. I don't want to mispronounce his name. Chasten Buttigieg. Bleh. The Buttigieg. I think it's right. Let me know if that's right. H. Jasper's in the house. Good to see you, sir. And you enjoyed that, Eric. Enjoy the Angry Santa. Yes, H. Jasper E. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Eddie Johnson. Many of us do need a drink. We absolutely do. Yep. Keep the children stupid, Bill. Definitely. Ugly German True says, isn't it interesting that the Dems have thought for a full year to build things up, infrastructure, COVID vaccine system, child support, and the GOP can only pull things down and destroy them? It seems like it. It does. I'm not going to say all the GOP, but I'm saying the GOP. Not all Republicans. I know a lot of Republicans who were good people, but apparently the ones that are up there in the Senates and the Houses. Yeah. Anthony says it will bring a new wave of ignorant, uneducated children. Good point. Good point. Yep. Chris S. Good to see you, Chris S. Thank you so much for being here. Says they got to get them when they're young. Damn straight. Just like the tobacco company. Truth to power. Yeah. Yep. It's pretty bad. So, and then they're doing it because a lot of them can't afford private schooling, like private religious schooling. They're like Catholic school or whatever school it is, or there's none available in their area. I'm having some more of this cheese. Damn, that's tasty. Donnie does it, says, I live in Georgia and have seriously thought about running against Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I'm not a millionaire. So, yeah, it is tough these days. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Gross. Just, yeah. Bleh. Tina, you are correct. It will bring a new wave of young suicide rates. Yeah, it will definitely. We've done a lot of. There have been a lot of successes that have helped to reduce those rates. This is just pushing it all the way back, and just 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. They're just trying to knock it back. That's all it is. They could do. You're right, Cindy Sue. They could do religious homeschooling, but they refuse to, or they can't, or they don't have time. So. And Ugly German True says now they still have to sabotage schools to actually get to idiocracy. Interesting. It seems like the goal. It's insane. Anthony Vasquez says there was the school in Miami that didn't want anyone vaccinated. That is insane. Oh, I would punch my screen if these screens weren't so expensive. I should get a screen right here that I could just punch. Just like a dead screen that I could just punch. And that's true, Sean. She ran unopposed. That's right. You are correct. She ran unopposed. And Captain Welshie, you ain't the only one. I am worried about the future of the U.S. I am. I'm not going to sit here and doom and gloom. The sky is falling. I'm not going to Chicken Little this thing. But yeah, it's insane. But that's what I'm saying. The kind of glimmer of hope that I pull out of this is that. The good that I pull out of this is that it's grandstanding. That all it is grandstanding. It is, let's put on a big show to remind our constituents that we hold their same positions, and then we'll be able to just continue. We'll be able to keep doing what we're doing, and they'll revote us in, and everything will be great. That's what I'm taking this as. All of this stuff is just grandstanding for the politicians, except for Greg Locke, because you notice. Greg Locke did his book burning thing, but no politicians in Tennessee have come out to say, Greg Locke's got the right idea. No one has said Greg Locke is on it, burning those books and everything. They want to ban stuff, but that doesn't get rid of the book. They want to ban, books so you keep children from reading them, but no one's coming out and saying Greg Locke's got the right idea. John MacArthur's got the right idea. Kenneth Copeland and Joel Osteen and all these, these other dickheads. No politician is backing their play or saying what they're doing is correct, because public opinion will turn against them very, very quickly. So, Ugly German Truth says, maybe an old first aid dummy so it can make an alarm noise if jailbreaks a rib. Let me see. Cindy Johnson, a boxing torso would be great. We thought that before the Texas abortion law. Yeah. Anthony Vasquez says, I've reclassed a punchable face as Ted Cruz syndrome. That's how you know there's going to be more winter. Ted Cruz was spotted at the airport. God, he's such trash. I am actually grateful that I'm out of that state. I really, really am. Cindy Sue says, how many right-wing politicians came out against the Nazi protests in Florida? I'm telling you. So, here in Oklahoma, what I actually intend to do something. I am going to be following this. I am going to be following this whole Oklahoma bill. And if there is anything that goes on where we could stand against this together, where there's like an organization, something, or maybe I'll even organize it myself. And I will get together with the atheist community of the city that I live in. I almost told everybody the city I live in. I think I've told people before. But anyway, get together with the atheist group that's in this town and maybe organize something so we could, raise awareness and go and stand against it, because that's way too damaging. And let individuals like that, like that particular politician know that there are people here who are going to stand against him, because we have to stand against these people, because they're grandstanding. If nobody fights it, their grandstanding could become the norm. And that itself is terrifying, is absolutely terrifying. Oh, let me see here. Mark Biden says, I used to think the USA was heading in the direction of idiocracy, but lately I feel like we are more of an escape from LA trajectory. All we need is a big ass earthquake. That's all we need. We really do. Let me see. Ugly German Shoe says, not that far. Escape is basically Handmaid's Tale with a competent military. Oh, Handmaid's Tale. I always make that joke when I'm driving into Texas. When I drive in, and it's like, I drive into Texas, and it's fucking, I'm entering Gilead, is what I constantly say. Let me see here right quick. So, I had something pulled up. And how long was this one? This was 2 minutes, 54 seconds. So I wanted to show this. No, that's too long. So I will do this. And I know that y'all hate this person so very, very much. I know you hate him as much as I hate him. Where'd it go? I'm looking for it. I should have been more prepared, because this is kind of like spur of the moment. Yeah, there we go.
Friends and family, Pastor.
Oh, that's scary. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Cindy Sue says, JL, my brother lives in Oklahoma, an atheist, and he probably would like to join you. Definitely. I'm trying to there is an atheist group for Oklahoma on Facebook and on social media, but they're not super, super active. I would like to make that more active. I really, really would. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare everybody with that sudden Greg Locke. It's like, Greg Locke in your face. I didn't mean to freak everybody out. So, but Cindy Sue, if he's interested, you can find me on Facebook. Just tag me on Facebook or message me directly, Facebook Messenger. Anybody, you can message me there, and I will holler at him. So see what we can do. Definitely. Yeah, I apologize, Cindy Johnson. Yeah, it's just dark news. So it really is. Dark news. She says Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber hasn't aged well. Jesse said, I'm not an atheist, but I don't knock people's beliefs. My stance has always been, I'll make this really, really clear. My stance has always been, I don't care what people believe. I don't. I draw the line when people think that their beliefs give them carte blanche to dictate how other people get to live. Either because it offends their faith or it offends them personally. That's where I draw the line. Anybody can believe whatever God they want to believe. You want to believe in a God, you want to believe in a particular deity, I don't care. Theism, deism, whatever. I don't care if it's Zoroastrianism, I don't even care if it's animism, whatever. Paganism, polytheism, doesn't matter. But the minute an individual thinks that because they believe a thing gives them the right to dictate how other people choose to be happy, choose to live their lives, that is where I draw the line. And I will be first on the front line to defend that for anybody, even theists, because they have the right to believe what they want to believe. The minute we start curtailing belief, we have fallen as a society. Straight up. And we cannot allow that to happen. But what we can do is we can draw a line to be like, there are people out there that believe in unicorns and Bigfoot. But we don't teach that unicorns and Bigfoot exist in school because they don't. Straight up. When there's as much evidence for your thing as there is Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and any of this other stuff, when there's as much evidence, we don't teach that stuff in school. That's the point. And never the two shall mix. Because that is how Christian nationalists drive us to a theocracy. And I think everybody, and I know everybody in this live chat, is smart enough to recognize the perils of a theocracy. That is some dark, dark shit. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Second Best Bob, for 20 pounds. Oh, more cash for movie making. We will definitely put that in the fund there, bud. Yes. Oh, yeah, before we dive into this, I know I scared everybody with the Greg Locke stuff, but I will give you all a very, very quick update. So thank you very much for the support, Second Best Bob. I know exactly where that's going to be going. So as far as the Week in Horror side, we have big stuff coming up. We have big announcements, we think, on Monday. So we may talk about stuff on Wednesday. But we're going to get some information on Monday that will probably begin the next step of this thing. We have a film that we're going to try and produce. We are currently working the details of that out. That will be the first major production that is essentially produced on the first major feature, the first feature film that is produced under the Week in Horror brand. Okay? So we're on our way, and it's because of all of you that support me here and support us over at the podcast. Y'all have made that possible. We're making movies, and I cannot wait to bring y'all along for the ride. It's going to be fucking sweet. Behind the scenes stuff, maybe if we're shooting in your state or shooting near you, maybe you might want to be an extra. Who knows? All kinds of opportunities. But that's what we wanted to do. Y'all help make that happen. And we love y'all for it. So thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. Oh, let me see here. What Chris S says, wait, what? No unicorns? Oh, I feel bad. I ruined it. I ruined it for him. Here you go. Here you go. We'll do this. We'll do this one. I'll make you feel better. How about that? There you go. So, Chris S., that's for you. So I hope he digs that. I bring that up because I'm actually using that image in my next video. So you will see that. You'll see that, yeah. Oh, Just Call Me Abby's in the house. Just saw Just Call Me Abby. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Ugly German Truths is in a theocracy, like a revolution or any other form of dictatorship. Nobody is safe from being the next to hang. Exactly. You speak against the theocracy, you speak against God. You do that, you find yourself strapped to a pole, doing your best Joan of Arc impersonation. JL Unicorn Deniert? Deniert? I don't know what that is. Chris S says beautiful. I'll be using that in my next video. You'll see that. That image is actually from a Mr. Weeble animated vid called Unicorn. So I think it's just the best representation of a unicorn, except for the, it doesn't have the rainbows coming out of its butt. But yeah, really, really dug that. Demon Orb says, I got to go to Leavesden Studios last week, Jail. That was cool. Very cool. Awesome. Very cool. Marcus Dresden says Warren. That's my last name. Oh, he mistyped Denier. Oh, Unicorn Denier. Aha, I get it. Okay, so yes, Unicorn Denier. But not ghosts. Yes, Sean Alexander. Simply put, your right to believe doesn't negate my right to a life or a right to live. Oh, thank you so much, Tina Jones. 5 pounds. Says have a bit more help then. We do appreciate it. We're going to make that happen. Jesse says, I don't know if you're asking me or if you're asking somebody else. I live about 5 hours away from Johnny. Yes, Chris Durham. Oh, Chris Durham Music Channel's in the house. Good to see you, Chris Durham Music Channel. Says Mr. Weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Kind of like that. But if you look at Mr. Weeble on YouTube, you'll find all of his very crazy animation music videos, which are really, really cool. Oh, yes. So, Turing Test 2 says no ghosts. It's like, ghosts are alternative energy. Remember that, sir. I'll tell you what. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Very cool stuff. Movies coming up. We're actually making movies, actually filmmaking movies for release, like digital and DVD and shit like that. It's going to be pretty amazing. I cannot wait till we can divulge all of the cool stuff that we're going to be doing. But I'll tell you what, before we jump into Mr. E-Man, you're never going to let me live. We do have unexplained quantum energy fluctuations. Technically, it was quantum effects, but what can I say? I'm never going to live that down ever again. Oh, what are we going to do? So I'll tell you what, before we dive into this next bit, if you need to run to the restroom, if you need to grab a smoke, if you need to grab a fresh drink, I actually want to grab a drink myself because I'm out and I do actually have to use the restroom real fast. So Chris Durham News Channel says alternative energy. Yes, alternative energy. Ghosts are alternative energy. Remember that. So taking a quick break, and I hope you all enjoy this new intermission that I created. So I hope you all dig this. But I will be right back. Stay right there. And we're back. Maybe I should make that song longer. Did y'all dig that song? Did y'all like that? Let me know if you dug that cute little thing. I thought it was a nice little kind of a chill thing right there in the middle. So if I need to increase the length of that, probably loop it. I try to get back as quickly as I could. So yes, I loved it. I wanted something kind of chill sounding. Second Most Bob says this is a bit scary. Let me know what was scary. Ooh, Mark Beiser says this scorpion pepper Gouda cheese from Aldi is good. Apparently, it was 10 times louder than my current audio. Oh, Clive Wells had to mute it. Sorry. I apologize if it was too loud. It did seem like I guess it was too loud. I guess it was a funeral song because it died. Heather Mellon, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Dang, so many amazing, a lot of new people in chat. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it very much. All right, so what I wanted to take a look at was this one, and I apologize. I'm going to pause it real quick. So yeah, that's him. I apologize to the big scary Greg Locke. Maybe I should reduce that. Maybe I should make him smaller. There we go, smaller Greg Locke. Too much Greg Locke. You know, we don't want too much Greg Locke. That's terrifying. So, but this was Greg Locke. And this, I still don't understand why this happened. Was essentially his whole BS. You know, this was after the tornado hit his. The church is worst Narnia crossover ever. Let me see here. Can we all say a bit rubbish? Okay, well, if I have to, if you want me to change the intermission song, or if you want me to, obviously I'll loop it again. But if you like it, let me know in the comments, or just let me know. And I thought it worked, but maybe it won't. Anthony Vasquez says too much Greg Locke will cause ED. This is very, very true. This is very true. This is a scientifically backed conclusion to too much Greg Locke. Oh, let me see. Oh. What is it? I wonder if let me know if my stream's okay, because the stream keeps telling me that like one person is viewing it. It keeps going like 45 to keeps jumping back and forth. But yeah, this is Pastor Greg Locke. So maybe we'll go here. Okay, so we think this will work. So this was him. He doesn't understand why this keeps happening. Hey, Ed Luckenbill. Afternoon, critical thinkers. Good to see you, Ed Luckenbill. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. We're about to take a look at this Greg Locke video that I came across. This is one of several Greg Locke videos that I came across, and that popped up while I was out and about. But see what he has to say, because he just doesn't get it.
Here, I want to say the Lord is continuing to do some amazing things here on the campus of Global Vision. This past weekend, we were still in our smaller rented tent.
Rented tent because his last tent was destroyed by the tornado that ripped through Tennessee, and he hasn't been able to replace it as of yet.
And it was literally rain, ice, and freezing cold. But the Lord still sent so many of his hungry people to hear the truth of the word.
Look at this. Okay, this is terrifying.
But the Lord still sent so
we all know
many
what's going on. We know what's going on in the nation as actually, I may have to go to this one so people can see it. Oh. There's my Shotzi. There's my Shotzi dog. She's barking. Oh, by the way, Jingles is doing very, very well. Jingles is doing very well. He is rebounding better than we'd hoped. His energy is up. He is eating like a champion again, ever since he had his surgery, since he got neutered. So Jingles is doing very, very well. So he's doing better than we could have hoped. So he's got energy. He's bounding around. He's It's good to go. So we hope that ever since we got him neutered, he stopped producing those hormones, then that kind of hypoplasia of his prostate will reduce because it's no longer dumping hormones into it. So hopefully, he's doing super, super well. So if anybody wanted an update on Jingles. Captain Welsh, he says, bet not many of the people in that tent are vaxxed, and I would agree with you. Aaron Reese is in the house. Says, hey, better late than ever, I guess. Hello, good to see you, Aaron Reese. Thank you so much for being here. Another member of the Godless Army. I do appreciate it. Appreciate the support, bud. But yeah, we're taking a look at this. So usually these are the people in Greg Locke's tent, and you can guarantee that, like Captain Walsh said, that probably not a lot of them are vaxxed. Of course, none of them are wearing masks, and none of them are social distancing. So there you go. Donnie does it. Said, wouldn't that tornado be considered by insurance an act of God? So yes, the Lord is doing amazing things. Sadie John says, you could have gotten ball implants. This is true. Nudicles, what they call them. So little fake fake testicles for the we didn't think it was necessary, but who knows? We may have to. Let me see. Just call me. It says eating like a champ. I know how that feels. 7-hour shift without food. Yep, wolfed it down. Absolutely, that's what he's doing. I think on the because when he got back, he was still in some pain. He's on these pretty intense painkillers that just made him all kind of loopy and kind of drunk. But when he was off of them, man, I think of the very next day, he chowed like 3 cans of wet and a cup of dry. He just kept wanting to eat. So yeah. So Ed Luckerman said, this guy is dangerous. Seriously, yes, he is dangerous. So
hungry people to hear the truth of the Word of God. And we had a marvelous service. But I want to say this, I'll be honest, as a shepherd, I've looked back over.
You're no shepherd, my friend. You're a grifter.
Over this last month and thought to myself, wow, why did all this happen? Why can't we get back in the new tent?
Because it's expensive and you can't get any money.
Why can't we just get back to the way things were? And the Lord spoke to my wife and myself 2 separate occasions. And then we came together and we prayed about it. And I felt like the Lord was saying, you know what? You weren't ready to go to the next level. So
it has nothing to do, of course, because he lacks the awareness to understand that it has nothing to do with the fact that congregants of yours have died from your refusal to adhere to mandates. It has nothing to do with your weird flip out about Dunkin' Donuts. It has nothing to do with the fact that you went on after you got banned off Twitter for your comments about the pandemic, that he went out there and bitched about losing his Twitter account. So Colin, yeah, that's no shepherd. That's the wolf waiting in the wings. Absolutely. That's the wolf disguised as a sheep. That is absolutely it. If you want to go biblical, like ravening wolves is pretty much, to paraphrase. But yeah. So most likely it's probably because of your behavior. Greg Locke, I would posit it's because of your behavior. The fact that you don't seem to get this, or the fact that you're openly ignoring it, is pretty sad. What is this? Greg Locke is doing the sponsoring of Starbucks by buying almost a gallon of pure sugar coffee for them every day. Ugh. Blech. Gross. Redding says, God saith on applieth a tent. Yea, the Lord says no putting up a tent in the presence of the Lord.
So I had to tear everything down to the foundation. So
no, that was a tornado. That wasn't God. That was a tornado.
I could get your capacity stretched enough so you could be ready for what comes next.
But it hasn't come because you're still in a bad way. So.
Because what comes next is going to be unbelievable. Whether you are in-house, on campus, or you are one of our online connected members, I'm telling you, God is about to break through in ways that we never imagined.
So this is a very same mentality. This is he's kind of riffing off of Paul's letters, especially in 1 Thessalonians. Is where he's kind of this is inspired from. It's like where Paul was writing to the non-Gentile, the Gentile Christians about their persecution, the persecution from Jews, and so from the non-Gentile Jews, and so the Christians were being persecuted in Thessalonica, and they were losing faith. So Paul wrote them a letter basically saying, you got to keep the faith. Keep practicing. Don't worry. Christ is on the way again. So this is where this kind of inspiration comes from. He's basically just sort of applying 1 Thessalonians, Paul's letter to the the Thessalonians, to his situation. Don't worry. We're going to get a big tent. God's going to show us great things in the future. He's essentially, that's all he's doing. He's taken 1 Thessalonians and reworded it to his own particular situation, and that he set up a tent in rural Tennessee, and the sucker got hit by a tornado, and he lost most of everything, and now he's desperate for people to give him money, so that's why he wants people to keep showing up, so he can rebuy all that stuff and keep doing what he wants. So
that doesn't mean there won't be persecution.
Yes, there will.
That doesn't mean there won't be bad days and hard times and temptations and trials that we have to face individually.
See, this is the same thing. What Paul was talking about is that individuals, you will face these hardships, but don't worry, Christ is coming back. This is when Paul was surmising that Christ would come back in their lifetimes, but of course Christ did not. So
individually as well as collectively as a faith family. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, our breakdown has set us up for the best breakthrough we have ever seen at this church.
Not yet, because it hasn't happened yet. You're still in that rented tent, and your congregation is down, and you're still getting a lot of hate from a lot of other people and from a lot of other pastors who are claiming that what you're doing is dangerous and is effectively endangering lives. So
there is no doubt. And so I'm excited about all the gravel. This Thursday, Lord willing, the tent will go up.
Lord willing.
We may only have one more service out of the big tent, and if we do, this will be the final one in the small rented tent. But regardless, I'm not going to bemoan that anymore because God is doing something.
No, sorry, dude. It's all you. It's all you. Basically, grifting I almost said constituents, grifting to your followers, to your more adamant followers, but.
It's been beautiful to behold.
His numbers are down.
Our online presence has grown exponentially.
It actually hasn't. That's actually a flat out lie. I've looked at his recent numbers. His shit is actually declining. Ever since he got booted off of Twitter, he's noticed he's had a steep decline across social media because he can't tweet all the time about all of his crap, and all the other platforms. They're just not built. They don't have the reach that Twitter does. So no, he's not. It's not doing well at all. I see some new people. Colorado Bikers in the house. Good to see you, Colorado Biker. Atheist Mando's in the house. Good to see you, Atheist Mando. And I thought I saw somebody new. Somebody else? Maybe I did. I think my eyes were playing tricks on me again. I'm pretty sure I said hello to Colin. Hello, Colin. Good to see you, Colin. I apologize if I missed you earlier there. But yeah, I'll make sure I say hi to everybody. Colorado Biker, a lie from this piece of shit? Perish the thought. So, but yeah.
Thank you to every single person that watches, that likes, that loves, that shares, that
gives us money.
Tells your friends and family. And look, I'm well aware of the fact, and I say this often, some of you get a little bit of a black eye for following Pastor Greg Locke.
Of course you do, because you've literally cost people their lives by refusing to adhere to mandates, to Tennessee mandates regarding social distancing and wearing masks. You have literally kicked people off of campus for wearing masks. So yeah, your super spreader events have garnished him a lot of hate, a lot. So
and Global Vision Bible Church, and I get it. But at the end of the day, if you're following God, that's what matters. And
God, he's so cringe.
And we want to give you the truth of the gospel.
No, he doesn't. He wants your money.
And I'm telling you, this year, let's watch God blow the lid off of our online fellowship.
With another tornado, hopefully.
We want to connect you more. We want to get you more involved. And we want you to know you are just as vital, just as valuable. Valuable. And I'm pretty sure he does not mean that you have value to him. You have value to him. That's what he's speaking to. The people who will give him money. And just as absolutely important to the growth of this ministry as every person that sits 20, 40, or 100 feet from me under that big gospel tent. So I'm telling you, God is doing a work. I know he's already worked, but he's working right now so that he can continue to manifest his glory. Why does God have to work? God is all powerful. Why does it have to be? This doesn't make any sense. In unbelievable ways. So sit tight, because I'm telling you, once we get in that new tent, we're going to have a grand opening and the glory. It's like he's preaching in a plastic bag. It's hilarious. I bet when it's really windy, it's like he has to fight over the sound of the plastic like ruffling over it. The glory of God is going to fall, and we want you to be a part of what. Of course it is. He wants your money.
That's what he wants. That's enough of him. That's enough of Greg Locke. That's enough of that piece of shit. So I'll be actually doing. I'm going to do a Greg Locke video where I pretty much. Let me see. We'll see. Edison Carter says Pastor Greg refers to himself in the third person because Pastor Greg is a dangerous narcissist. He is a dangerous narcissist. His shit has cost people their lives. I don't want to even see it. I want to remove that. So, yeah. So it's absolutely crap. It's just insane. That one's 10. Let me see here. I want to do a longer. For those who actually, let's see. For those who haven't seen it, let's see if I can bring this up. Yeah, his freaking book burning assembly. Oh, that was it. Deliverance from Demons, Part 3. How long was this thing? Oh, it's like, it might be too long. I may have to break that up a little bit. No, it's his deal. That's him in Tulsa. 8 months ago, he was in Tulsa. Open the churches. It's time to fight. His desperation to call for violence really bothers me. Like, that's what he wants. This is a Christian nationalist. Absolutely. This is a dude who believes that, who's convinced himself, or has convinced a lot of his followers that Christians are being openly persecuted and being, essentially being downtrodden and destroyed. And, that's what he sees it as a war. In his eyes, it's a war. And he wants violence against these people. So I will do this. Let's do this. I'm going to, I think I can skip to it. No, we're not gonna look at that. So we're gonna skip ahead to that's him just running his mouth, dancing all over the place like an idiot. And here we go. So this is what people were talking about. So yeah, like, follow, share, blah, blah, blah. And this was the scary shit. So this is them going out there. Hey, Dib, good to see you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Sean, I definitely would have shown up with a box of Bibles. So this is them. Have they fired it up yet? Oh, they're about to fire it up. Fire it up. Not a lot of sound to it, but it looks like they're burning pallets. And they've got these oil drum trash cans full of books. And then, of course, yeah, they're just burning pallets. There they go. Looks like, yeah. Those look like records. Don't be burning the vinyl, man, not the vinyl. Yeah, there they go, burning books. He is so into it. Clothes. I guess stuff that he doesn't like personally. And I know he's got like bags of books. He's got like, trash bags. So they set these up, yeah, so that he can do this big show. Yeah, Colorado Biker, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Plot Hole's in the house. Good to see you, Plot Hole, taking a look at Greg Locke's little book burning venture. I sent you an invite, dude. If you want to pop on, if you're free, I sent you that invite via Discord. Jesse says, why not donate to people who want it or need it? Good point. No, got to destroy it. This is what bothers me. This is what bugs the absolute shit out of me. This is violence. Now, it's not violence against people, but this is a violent act. And he is so into this whole aspect of violence, and it's disturbing. Like, he wants to take it to that level. That looks like a clock. Hell with this clock. Time. We can't stand time. I don't even know what that was. And just like burned the bag in and of itself. Because apparently the books may have contaminated the bag. So. That's very interesting. Donnie does that. Says if that is records, that this is video evidence of illegal activity, you cannot burn plastics because of the toxic vapors emitted by them. Very good point. Edison Carter, you also read, this is what cults look like. This is what, look at that. They have this all prepped and ready to go. Yeet, yep, yeeting. Aaron Reese says a yard sale would have made it more. Yeah. Oh, Slicer John 189's in the house. Good to see you, Slicer John. Thank you so much for being here. So you are correct, sir. That is what fascists do. Yep, this is what they do. This is just, it's just nuts. Yeah. It seems like a lot. Obviously, we can look at this objectively. We'd say that is a very, very, very tiny population of the city, very, very tiny population of Tennessee. They don't represent the vast majority of, the nation like that, but they're loud, they're vocal. And this is what they're doing. It's Sean Alexander. I'm surprised they're not burning your cross. Checking his phone. Oh, look at that. How much you want to think, since this is being streamed, how much you want to think that he is checking to see what the reactions are. He's looking to see if he is having some sort of effect. He wants to see the responses. That right there is not about the message. If he is, I'm not saying that he is. I don't know because I'm not looking at his phone. But it seems odd that he'd be in the middle of this big shindig and immediately look, and he knows it's being streamed. And then he's going to turn around and check his phone to see what's going on. Obviously, I think he's checking for reactions there. He's checking to see how people are responding to this. And that's not about the event. That is not about trying to send a message. That's trying to cause shit. That's trying to cause trouble. That is his narcissism on display. That is him being narcissistic. It's all about what I'm doing. I want to see the effect of what I'm doing, and I want to see people respond to it. So I have no doubt he's most likely checking his phone, or just checking his phone to see what reactions he's having. How is everybody Plato says he's getting a call from his accountant at Adolfa Heitler. Adolfa Heitler. Sean Alex, this is no, Greg. You don't get a Nielsen rating. Oh, look at them. Look at them. This is just nuts. He is so damn proud of himself. He's just so damn proud of himself. Hey, Night Noodler, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here, bud. Wild. And this just goes on, yeah. So obviously, if it was done on their property, but if he was burning stuff that was illegal to be burned, that he could be cited by the state, but most likely he would just he claimed that was just more Christian persecution. That's the problem with this, is that's the scale. That's one of the Arteris, this is a horror movie. These people walk among us. They do walk among us. I bet he was just so damn proud of what he pulled off. I wish there had been more sound but it might have been really, really loud out there. I guess they ran out of stuff to burn. Yep. Got to get the social media presence. Get those phones out. Oh, wow. There's a sample size. There's a sample size. And see, that's what's wild. And I think that's pretty much all there is. So, Plotto says he has the audio track somewhere. I'd like to hear what he was saying, because this version I don't have any audio on this one. So that's one of the crazy things about it. One of the things that's built into the faith, it's built especially into the Christian faith, is that if you are being persecuted, then you're doing things right. If it's heads I win, tails you lose. I've talked about this often with a number of people, especially in debates, that it's directly built into the faith that if you go out evangelizing, you go out trying to convince somebody of your faith, to do whatever, you are successful and you bring them over, you convince them that God exists and Jesus died for their sins, and you have the whole spiel, and then you have won, then you win. Okay, you've done the Lord's work, you've spread the word. But if you don't, and you are chastised for it, if you're criticized for it, if you are ignored, or if anything negative response, if you literally go against them, if they are chastised for what they're doing, that is also a win. So there is no lose. There's heads I win, tails you lose. It's one of the many fail safes built into the faith that no matter what happens, you're on the winning side. Which of course is, a hallmark of any kind of I would say almost cult ideology. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Johnny. That was a good joke. That was funny. Oh, this is interesting. A video of a preacher checking his phone while speaking in tongues. I gotta see this shit. I've got to see this shit. Hang on a sec. This is brilliant. Hang on a second. Oh, hang on a sec. Okay, so I don't even know who this is, what this is a video of, but let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. This is absolutely nuts. Let me share this over here. Share screen. So here we go. And I've got to read something real quick. Oh, damn, they can't hear. Hang on a sec. Sorry, I removed it. Oh, that is just, hang on a sec. That's absolutely just nuts. Hang on. You guys couldn't hear it? Oh, no, that's not good. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can. No, I don't want to do that. Do this. There we go. Let me see if this will work. Okay. So if I go here, we don't get to have audio. This is a private joke for jail. No, I promise I'm going to do it. Hang on one second. I'm going to share screen. There. No, that's not it. That's off of there. Dang it. Hang on. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I promise I'll figure it out. I have to go to this one. No, Opera tab. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. How's that? Okay, so you guys can see it. Let me blow it up.
I pray. Healing.
Can you hear it? Let me know if you can hear it.
I pray. Deliverance. Yes, Lord. 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 Karamosharadanda rabasha karabamanda diasa.
Watch this.
Yes,
this is
Lord,
great.
have
This is
your
fantastic.
way, have your way, have your way, have your way. Hallelujah.
Was that a hallelujah? Was that a hallelujah? He's so tired. He's so tired.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. God, touch this right now. Touch this situation.
Okay, God.
Touch this situation by the power of God. Touch this situation by the power of the Holy Ghost. By the anointing, by the anointing, by the anointing, by the anointing. Miramanda da ba da danda da ba bebe shalo.
What I don't even know what that is. Tina, that was fantastic. Is that an orgasm? Uh-oh. He's in the house.
What in the fuck was that? I think his vibrator got set on the wrong setting.
Oh, someone said it was amazing. So Jesse says he was checking his bank account. Wrote the last name. Good to see you, Gavin. To you, sir. Says that's a terrible O face. He's just on top of his wife.
Probably because he's wishing his wife was her husband.
Oh, just call me Abby. Says maybe he's practicing to be a race car. What is this? Cindy Sue says, wait, he's yelling, yes, Lord, and there's a bottle of olive oil on the table, and now he's yelling, touch this. This is porn. This is just Christian prawn. He's like, touch this situation.
Probably true. He calls it a situation. That's gross. That's gross.
The situation. He's watching too much Jersey Shore.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Chris Durham says, did he say can't touch this? Was he channeling MC Hammer? That dude was just that's just crazy. That was brilliant. Thank you so much to Colin for sharing that with me. That was just brilliant. Johnny, I am so glad that you were able to pop on. I'm glad that you were here.
I sent you that audio track of the thing you were looking at, of that book burning business.
Oh, you did. Oh, yes. Yeah, I laughed. And said, I was like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh,
you know it's true. It's true.
I didn't know Greg Locke could speak German.
Very angry. Something about the superior. I don't know.
Odd. He's really into it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wanted to get your take, and so you're not on camera. Bummer.
No.
Let me see here real quick. So I want to, because you're not in Oklahoma.
I am not,
but I am, and we talked briefly about I talked briefly about the bill in Texas, the abortion bill in Texas. what could mean for women who are victims of sexual assault and they're are impregnated by their attackers and that kind of just insane bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So here in Oklahoma, and you mentioned this to me, is the Oklahoma bill, I believe it's 1478 or something like that. The Students Religious Belief Protection Act is what it's called.
Oh,
so we're talking about it now because I was thinking about doing. Oh, and I think somebody had to bounce out. I want to say about him real quick. I know Jinju said that they had to go because they have stuff to do. I think was that correct? I want to make sure I said goodbye to him. They have duties elsewhere. So duties. We're 8 years old.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm thinking if somebody had. I think it was Jinju who had to bounce out, but apparently Bob's going to bounce out too.
See you, Bob.
See you, Bob. I think it's Bob Nodell's had to bounce out. So yes, so thank you so much, Bob. Appreciate you being here. I just want to say goodbye. So or good night. Yep. So Redding says speaking in tongues makes me laugh in tongues. So
how does that work? If you're laughing in tongues,
oh, it's like Large Marge and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I agree. I concur.
Do you concur? So I do concur. I concur. So I'm curious. As a parent, you don't live in Oklahoma, but given given Texas, it's possible it's already given what's going on in Florida as well with the Don't Say Gay bill. As a parent, what would be your primary concern regarding a bill like this in Oklahoma passing in Texas?
My primary concern would be how much trouble I would get in by literally wiping my ass with it and throwing it at Greg Abbott if you were to sign something like this. I'm being serious because I don't know how deep into the bill you've got, but there's a provision in there that basically says that if a teacher does not confirm religious beliefs, they can be fired.
That doesn't confirm them?
Correct. So if a student stands up and says something about their religious beliefs, if a teacher does not immediately confirm those beliefs, they can be fired.
Okay, so I didn't dive into that. What does it mean by confirm them?
Basically, if a teacher says anything other than God is real and blah, 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 that a teacher can be fired for that. It's fucking insane.
That's not going to pass. This has got to be grand. This is grandstanding. There's no way. I mean, here in Oklahoma, there's no way that would pass.
I mean, you're in Bible Belt, Oklahoma. You're in Ala-fucking-Bama.
You were in Ala-fucking-Bama. My cousin Vinny, yes.
There you go. But I mean,
you killed a good old boy.
You come from New York. You killed a good old boy. There's no way this is not going to trial. But I mean, I do feel like that's kind of what we're looking at here with this situation. I think there's no way that this doesn't get passed because of where you're at, because of where it's at.
Then obviously people in Oklahoma need to take a stand against this thing.
Yes, there needs to be a huge stand against this thing. I mean, it'll pass and then hopefully it'll be challenged and overturned in the Supreme Court, but
it currently has no sponsors right now.
Well, that's good. It means
that's the good thing in the favor of just being cast, and it has been passed on. It's been referred to the Senate Education Committee, which, given the extreme nature of it, and the reaction of pretty much everybody to similar bills in Florida and Texas, I think this is grandstanding on behalf of the senator that put this forward, on this Republican State Senator Rob Standridge. I'm pretty sure that this is grandstanding, and then that's all it is. Although it's shitty that this is what he's doing.
Yeah,
but it is, it's election time. It's time to start, dog whistling to the base and letting know, hey, I still believe in the things you believe in. Please vote for me.
I mean, that's a fair point. That this could be one of those tools that are brought forward just so he can say, "Hey, look, I'm the one who did this." I've got knowing full well that it'll get shit on.
Colorado biker, New York, get a rope.
Get a rope. Those are the Pace Picante
Pace
commercials.
Picante sauce, you got it. New York City, get a rope.
Yeah.
But I have this sauce from New York City. So I don't know if you weren't here earlier, but I tried the Hell on the Red hot and spicy cheese dip earlier.
What is with you and cheese dip? Are you lactose intolerant? So you got to eat like spicy cheese to make sure it comes out okay?
No, I am not like Team. I am not lactose intolerant. So that's true. Redding says a huge, strong stand, but SCOTUS is very right wing. As of right now, considering that we're about to have another Democratic Supreme Court justice retire, then yeah, we're looking at obviously it's going to be another Democrat that takes their place. We hope, and not like a Dino, but whoever gets put in that position, then hopefully But yeah, it is more right wing now because of what Trump put in, because of Kavanaugh and whoever that Christian nationalist chick that he put in. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name either.
The young blonde.
Yeah, Kavanaugh it kind of backfired on Trump, though. Believe it or not, because of some of the decisions that he made. Forget which one, but there were a couple that dealt with like the election and whatnot. He ruled against him. The Obamacare one, he ruled against him.
Yep. Thank you, ugly German truths. Amy Coney Barrett.
That's the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrote it in the last name, says, yes, I'm lactose enthusiastic.
Spicy lactose enthusiastic at that.
That's true. Mark is correct. We are genetic mutants. Our superpower is the ability to digest lactose.
Yep. That's some of us.
Some of us.
And some people would say that no humans truly digest lactose.
So I'm seriously thinking about it. I definitely think that the atheist community in Oklahoma needs to stand up against this. I would be very, very curious
I would be really careful by channeling only the atheist communities.
Oh, no. I was just about to say, I would think that's one group because of the religious connotations there, because we stand predominantly for the separation of church and state. But also, I'm very, very curious about this because here in Oklahoma, a fellow YouTuber goes by the name of who goes by Forrest Valkai on YouTube. You may recognize him from he does science stuff. He's on predominantly on TikTok, but he also has a YouTube channel. He released that Sex and Sensibility video that pretty much is the breakdown of biological sex and gender identity and all that stuff. And brilliant stuff. He's a brilliant communicator. He actually ran for the Senate. I think he ran for one of the houses out of Tulsa, but he got defeated by the Republican incumbent.
Of course.
So, but it was like 63 to 30 something. But yeah, however it is, but he made a run for it. He is a science educator, like legitimately. So I'm really curious as to what his take is on this.
So what you got to do in this situation? I could
get him on the show.
I'm sure you can find his manager or whatnot, but the important thing is what you have to do to oppose something like this is you have to point out that nowhere in the bill does it specifically cite Christianity as the religion. Now, we all understand that's the intent, but you're going to have to be able to exploit the weaknesses within the intent. So if you look at that bill, when they're talking about religious, if you don't confirm religious beliefs, so what happens if I'm standing up there as a teacher and I have a Muslim kid up there who expresses his Muslim beliefs, I have to confirm that. Yet that directly contradicts this other student who has Christian beliefs. Now, where does that leave me as the educator? Am I supposed to confirm both of them, potentially causing a rift in ideology? Or Do I pick one or the other, which would leave me subject to termination if I don't pick the correct one? Or even if I do pick the correct one, would still leave me subject to termination because I didn't confirm one student's religious beliefs, but I did confirm the other student's religious beliefs.
That sets up a weird dichotomy, because what happens if you have a Muslim student and a Christian student in the same room?
I just said that. That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
You're not listening, JL.
I was typing something out.
But yeah, that's an interesting thing. That's what I'm saying. That's where you have to attack a bill like this.
They didn't think about that, which leads me to think that this is grandstanding again.
Well, so here's the thing. The reason why he didn't, and it's not that he didn't think about it, they didn't think about that, is honestly, what is the Muslim population in the state of Oklahoma? I'm willing to bet it's less than 2%.
That is an interesting question. Oklahoma Muslim population. Less than 1% of the population identifies as Muslim.
Boom. There you go. See? Same thing with Jewish folk. I'm willing to bet that's less than 5%. Maybe 10%.
Oklahoma Jewish population. Wow, I don't even have a percentage on that. 0.1%.
Wow. So he knows what he's doing. He's targeting religious people, and the majority of the religious people in his state are Christians. So he feels like he doesn't have to name Christianity in there. That's another one of those tricky moves, right? Because he's not saying, hey, this is specifically aimed at Christians, when we know that it really is. Because according to what you just told me, 97% of the religious population in the state of Oklahoma are Christian of some sort. So there you go. Very, very tricky. But then again, that causes issue. What are we supposed to do in this situation where I have a Jewish kid, a Muslim kid, and a Christian kid? Which one do I confirm?
My wife was talking about the possibility that this will see a lot of teachers quitting, and we'll basically put overtax our already overtaxed, education system, because we have teachers who are not being taken care of, teachers not being compensated correctly, and then if more of them quit, what does that end up doing when there's not enough teachers? It's already bad.
Yeah, that does leave them able to maybe stack the deck in their favor when it comes to educators. They can specifically target and hire Christian believers to maybe push a different type of agenda. This is very conspiratorial thinking, conspiratorially minded thinking. But when you do something like this and you leave those avenues open, these are possibilities. These are things that could be their targets. Which, now that I think about it, it probably lends itself.
Mark Beiser called you out. Did Johnny O just cancel Native American religions in Oklahoma?
No, I didn't cancel Native American religions in Oklahoma. The reason why I did is because the Native American tribes and the ones that are practicing tribal religions aren't subject to Oklahoma state law. So,
schools that are on reservations, correct?
Right. Schools that are on reservations are not subject to Native American law. And most Native Americans who are
Take
not
easy, Colorado biker. Thank you so much for coming by, bud. Have fun at the birthday party.
But yeah, there you go.
That's insane. That's just freaking wild. I actually messaged I sent a tweet to Forrest Falcai, because just to get I would be really interested in his opinion regarding this bill and what people can do against it. And of course, if people in the live chat happen to live, hey, V57, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, Slicer John says, T-shirts with only Bible facts? Okay, in the Bible, the devil killed no one and God killed millions.
Did you see that? It wasn't Jordan Klepper, but it was one like Jordan Klepper went around asking about if school should have a book that has a scene where two daughters have sex with their father in it, that they should cancel that book.
Yeah.
And all the right wingers or the Christian folk were like, yeah, that book should be canceled. Like, cool, that's the Bible.
Damn straight. Huh. It's weird. And I'm glad that we're here talking about it. I wanted to get a parent's opinion on this, given the
I'm the wrong parent to ask because I'm the parent that's going to drive up to the school and tell them they can take that shit and shove it up their ass. Literally, will do that. I mean,
you gonna do a Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar?
Yeah, I think I'll take her out to there's a baseball game coming to
I think
town.
I'll take her to a baseball game.
I'll take her to that. Yeah, they're gonna have pizza. Pretzels and peanuts, cotton candy. I think I'll take her to that.
You could tell in his like in the character's eyes, the character he was playing, that he hadn't gotten to the Buzz Aldrin level. Just punch him in the face.
He was close.
He was close to it though. Definitely close. Steaming Cup of Reason is in the house. Good to see you, Steaming Cup of Reason. Another member of the Godless Army. Good to see you. Thank you so much. It says, "Wow, these streams are earlier every week. Just woke up." Hey, folks, good to see you. And I see. Oh, Bob Nodell doesn't know. Karen Kinsley, good to see you. Karen Kinsley says, "I'm a parent, but I'm not a good choice."
Yeah.
Bob Nodell says, "Wait, what? A teacher can be sacked for what?"
Yeah, for not confirming religious beliefs.
So to give you the quick lowdown, because we talked about it a lot earlier, Bob Nodell's gyroscope, spin on, you crazy diamond. As a matter of fact, I think it'll be easier if I just do this. That way, if I go here. So Bob Nodell's gyroscope. Oklahoma bill would fine teachers $10,000 for teaching anything that contradicts religion. Is essentially what we're talking about. It's this guy, Rob Standridge, who's a Republican state senator out of Norman. And he says, introduced a bill that would allow people to sue parents, to sue teachers if they offer an opposing view towards religious beliefs held by students. In the Students' Religious Belief Protection Act, teachers can be fined a minimum of $10,000 per incident per individual, and the fines have to be paid from personal resources. The district cannot help them, and if the teacher can't pay the fine, they would be fired.
Yep.
And so Forbes comment on this is, the bill does not specify what deeply held beliefs are, because that language is in there. And which is very, very vague. There's a lot of vagaries in this. So it would also allow parents to demand a removal of any books perceived as anti-religious, including topics on evolution, the Big Bang Theory, Big Bang cosmology, and even birth control.
Yeah, this bill is dangerous for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm. Bob Nodell, what the actual...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with stuff like this, especially coming out of Oklahoma, we can't just sit there and say, oh, well, I doubt it's going to pass. No, these things they require heightened awareness. People around the states specifically need to know that there are assholes that are trying to pass this shit.
Oh. The Satanic Temple needs to be contacted about this, because there are kids out there that need to be instructed that if this bill were to pass, I need you to confirm that my Dark Lord Satan exists. Confirm my Dark Lord Satan exists, please.
Now what they're going to do, and this is why they put in there this is why they put in the language deeply held religious beliefs. They're going to challenge that. Oh, you don't hold that as a deep belief.
They can't make that assessment.
But that's what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and make it.
But that opens up to litigation.
Nope, and they don't care. Because again, at the end of the day, if you think about it, they're not worried about that very small demographic in Oklahoma.
Oh, ugly German truths is that I know that's not what the Satanic Temple believes in, and yes, yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm being hyperbolic of that. It's very similar to. I am very much aware that the Satanic Temple doesn't worship Baphomet and doesn't, but utilizing the statue of Baphomet against putting like the 10 Commandments in court in courthouses. That's what I'm referring to in that respect. Let them deal with that. Crazy that it has to come to trolling to this degree in order to get this message across, but that's what it takes in that respect. NA for $6.60 for $6.66 freedom dollars. Thank you so much, NA. Hail Satan and hail Sagan, good sir. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, bud. Redding says, in Stupidolian 22:1, our God hath instilled the evangelical dunce staff, Kaz E haveth our way in mind.
Yeah, look, I want to make it perfectly clear. I don't care what anybody's personal religious beliefs are. You believe whatever the fuck you want. Don't give two shits. Just don't try and shove your bullshit down my children's throats or my throat.
Right. Oh, Aaron brings up a very, very good point. Aaron Reese does. Wiccan practice is federally recognized and protected. A lot of them will force the issue.
They should. If a bill like this were to pass, everybody who holds religious or non-religious beliefs should force the issue.
Right. Well, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I'm kind of curious myself. I can't get enough of this dip.
All the cheese. Man, I forgot to ask you to bring me some of that damn scorpion pepper cheese.
Oh, I have to buy some more. Obviously, I finished that.
I know, but I meant to have you bring some down when you came down.
Next time I'm down there, I will definitely grab it. I'll make sure that next time Angela grabs some, so I have some to take because she knows where the dude is. So
that's right, woman. You grab the cheese. I'm kidding.
You can also order it.
I know. I could order it, but I don't know. I'm weird about that. Like farm market shit, ordering it, they have mailed to me. Like
male cheese.
Male cheese. I'd rather have female cheese.
Postal service cheese.
Postal service cheese. Wow.
So yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Anamorphic Mind, for $6.66 freedom dollars. I appreciate it. Hail Sagan, good sir. And I appreciate all of the super chats, and all of my channel members. I do appreciate every single one of you. Y'all make it possible for me to do this thing and for us to do the cool stuff that we're doing behind the scenes at Weekinhorror. So I love you all so much. Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate it. So yeah, taking a look at this, I've been going for about almost 2.5 hours now. So yeah, Vesta Freya, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. It says reverse exorcism, the removal of a priest from a child.
Yikes.
Yeah, Bob Nadil's gyroscope, you are correct. Just goes to show how fucked up some people's minds are. Absolutely, it really, really does.
Yeah.
I wish I could play the audio from the bonfire, but I can't play that audio.
You can play it.
I'll get in trouble. No, I'm not playing that. You out of your mind?
Did you forget who you were talking to?
I'm not playing that audio. They'll take my channel away and beat me in the head with it.
Well, maybe.
Let me see here. Actually, if you want, you're here. Oh, this should be fun. Let's do this. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. One sec. I want to take a look at this.
Here, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because
it's so much Greg Locke.
It's too much Greg Locke.
So too much Greg Locke. Should I reduce it?
No, it's okay. Okay.
Ooh, so much Greg Locke. Did Redding suffer a stroke? What happened in the chat? Redding says, OG God in schools because Shroud, abiogenesis, 1 in 400, whatever he says. He's having a stroke over this. Steaming Cup of Reason says, Bridge the Divide. If that bill passes, it will cripple the education system. Teachers will start quitting en masse. I know I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just mess. Yeah. Oh, just call me. This is new emoji. Too much Greg Locke.
Well, how would you do that, though? How would you do too much Greg Locke? I think you already have that emoji. It's called the space bar.
Cindy Sue, thank you, Cindy Sue. I will see that here in just a moment. I appreciate it. So, what I'm bringing this up here, a whack-a-mole game made with Greg Locke heads. Oh, Aaron Reese says, men like Greg Locke are why I abandoned my goatee. Oh, if he grows a beard, I'll be so upset. Let's
If he
see what
grows a
this dude
beard,
has
I'll find him and shave him. But fuck that guy.
say. So this one is, you will burn Masons, witches, and warlocks. Hear me clearly.
Oh boy.
You're just over there. You're over there rolling your eyes, aren't you?
Yep.
All right.
Let's dive into this nonsense.
But, okay, yeah. Let's see what he's got to say. Look at that cringy face.
Sounds like
a
he's
lot to
like,
say in just a very short amount of time to say it. I'm going to be passionate, so do not mistake my passion for what people call arrogance.
no, I don't mistake your passion for arrogance. I recognize your arrogance for arrogance.
We recognize it
shit.
fully. He had to start this shit out saying
Oh,
that.
somebody screen grab that. Somebody screen grab that. Right now. Look at that face. I need that face.
Oh, I'm totally screen grabbing it.
Screen grab that shit.
Screen grabbed. And pulling it up and got it. Can you make adjustments to the picture after you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just grab this. That is so perfect. Let me set up a new one. Hang on a sec. And I'll paste that. Good to go. Let me make sure the dimensions are good. What should I title it?
I don't know. It's like that face you make whenever you rip apart so bad that it scratch your ass.
There we go. All right. Let me share this over with you.
That part's an ass scratcher.
Oh! There we go. There you go. All right, back to it. He actually had to point that shit out at the beginning of his shit. That's just...
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Because I'm going to say some things that need to be said. So I want you to tune in. I want you to share this. I want you to go back and watch it. And I want everybody around, especially the people near to us in our community, to hear me when I say we are not bending to your demands.
Oh, goodness.
It's just so passionate. So passionate.
Oh, Trans Girl's in the chat. Good to see you. Trans Girl says, maybe somebody missed my question. I do apologize. Let me see real fast. Did I miss it? Where was it? I do apologize, Trans Girl. Go ahead and ask it again. I'm just catching because I'm looking over here at the screen, and I do apologize if I missed that. So let's see here. Greg Locke is the fungus attached to his beard.
Well, yeah.
Here we go. So he's not going to bow to demands. I'm very curious as to what those demands are.
You hear me? I never would have thought that
Unfortunately, we do hear you.
month or so ago when I started preaching on deliverance from demons and what it means to be delivered in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ, which is still true. I never would have.
Yes, Trans Girl. This is the dude that burned the books. Yes, this is him that led that whole bonfire.
This is Hitler #2.
Thought that we would have not only opened a window in heaven, but lifted a lid in hell.
I like the way that he says hell. It can't just be hell. It's got to be hell.
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 He's got that Tennessee accent.
I'm telling you, every demon you can imagine has come against our church. Has come.
No, they haven't. They haven't. He thinks that he probably legitimately thinks that the tornado was sent by Satan
Against me and my family. The threats have been unreal. The
That's because you're a dangerous person, dude.
news media.
He's got to understand. He's got to understand that when you say the things that he says that are inflammatory,
Right.
that somebody is going to take offense and tell him they're going to kill him. I'm not saying it's right. People shouldn't do that. Okay. People don't send death threats to this asshole because you disagree with him. But that's the nature of the beast.
That's right. Talk shit, get hit.
Right.
Has been unreal. It has been unbelievably ridiculous, but it is par for the course.
This is that heads. What?
He's such a douchebag.
he's such a fucking tool.
He's passion fruit scented douchebag.
You go to the feminine aisle at Walmart. Oh, where's the Greg Locke at?
Where's the Greg Locke at? Oh, here it is.
Oh, I'm out of Greg Locke.
She's right next to the fucking Vagisil. Sorry, ladies. I'm not trying to be misogynistic here. I'm really not, but fuck this guy.
And we are not backing down. I'll be preaching on demons tomorrow night. Wednesday night, the 2nd. Wednesday night, February 2nd, I'm still going to be preaching on deliverance from demons. This weekend, I'm still going to be preaching on deliverance. And you know what? With no...
God damn, did you like speed him up really quick?
No, I didn't. That's regular speed. He obviously got his Dunkin' Donuts.
2 cameras around.
7 sugar.
This guy's going to die of a heart attack, I swear.
Fucking diabetic coma.
His freaking mitral valve's just going to give out.
It's going to explode.
With no lights, with no glitter, with no gold. We have literally been ministering deliverance to people every single day. They are driving to us from all over the country. They're coming to the church services, which are lasting more than 2 hours.
2 hours, no social distancing, no masks.
Fuck that. I mean, look, whenever I was in Catholic church, I thought that was too long. Those were like 45-minute fucking masses. That's start to finish.
Aaron Reed says jail's going to be dealing with demons when that cheese reaches the other end.
Man, that's the truth.
Like James Wood.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Deliver me from this demon. Oh.
Thank you, Lord.
It's like sweating.
With the live stream off, because we're not trying to do this for our glory. This is for the glory.
Yes, you fucking
bullshit.
I call bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Slicer John says, why is he wearing a sweater in a sauna?
He's an idiot. I mean, he's a dumbass.
Sean Alexander says, I don't see him as a douchebag. He's more like the insertion nozzle on old-style enema bags.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Glory of God that is rising amongst his people. People have been in my office. They just left 5 minutes ago. We have seen some of the most
unbelievable... in a toilet. The office is in an outhouse. Look at him.
Supernatural displays of God's grace and the power of the gospel that you could ever imagine. I'm telling you, we've been lied to denominationally for a long time. There is a spiritual realm that we need to expose. Jesus opened up the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of darkness, and neither one of them have gone anywhere. And we're super cool about preaching on the kingdom of heaven. There's a kingdom of darkness too. There's a kingdom of hell. And the prince of the power of the air is
with the prince of the what?
Power of the air? I don't know.
I don't know.
Ruler.
Maybe talking about shitting himself.
Telling you, there are demons. There is demonic.
There are no demons. Demons do not exist. Demons are a figment of his imagination. Well, pretty much anybody who criticizes, anybody who launches attacks at, anybody who tries to expose him for what he is, those are the demons he's talking about.
I mean, I got a couple of exes I can introduce you to.
My ex as well. But legitimately, when he's talking about, he's like, the attacks keep on coming. People sending him death threats, which I do not condone. This channel does not condone them. But people sending him this crap, people attacking him on, doing videos about him, people, making fun of him, doing whatever. The tornado that came along. He thinks that these are all attacks by Satan, that these are demons and Satan attacking his church because he's telling the truth. This is the heads I win, tails you lose. If everything gets destroyed by a tornado, I win because I'm doing the Lord's work and Satan's trying to stop me. If I hold a deal and nobody shows up, it's because it's Satan's fault. It's because they're blocking it, but at least I'm still doing the good work, which means I win. That's literally all it is. So anybody who stands against him, any person that stands against him, that's who he's talking about. But he's obviously not going to call people out by name. He's not going to do that crap. So he's just be like, yeah, they're all just demons. They're all just working for Satan. Is essentially what it is. Oh, I see Neil Badger's in the house. He says, but Christianity has been giving itself a bad name for centuries. It's very true. Yes, just call me Abby. We're all demons. Huzzah. On the last page of the Bible, Jesus basically admits he's Satan. says Aaron Reese.
Possession and demonic oppression. And at the end of the day, the influence of demons is everywhere. And I'm telling you, people have gone buck wild, slap, psychotic, crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I think he's been looking in the mirror a lot lately.
Well,
But I want to say this, so hear me. Here's what I mean in the title that we're not backing down. Today, we have been maligned every way you...
does he keep smacking his lips?
He does. That's his thing. I'm telling you, he sounds like a crackhead or somebody who uses a lot of cocaine. I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to be funny here. I'm not, because you know it's true, right? You've seen and dealt with cokeheads and crackheads and meth heads. They do this shit. That's the thing. That's like a tick they all have.
Crazy.
You could imagine. But you know the two biggest groups that are ticked off at me in our church right now? The Masonic Lodge. We had the
Masonic Lodge.
I don't give two shits about your church.
My father was a Mason. Wasn't high up before he passed away, but my father was a Mason, and I could have gone into it, because he could have grandfathered me in. Just kind of like next to kin. Like, yeah, I could have. That was like an open. My father was in. I could be in. My brother could have been in. I decided not to because I was already in Scouts, and I just didn't feel it necessary, and I wanted to go off and do other things. My brother didn't join either, but the only reason that the Masonic Lodge, depending upon which Masonic, he says Masonic Lodge like it's one thing. And he doesn't address, or maybe he doesn't realize or doesn't know, or I don't know if he's ignorant of this, but there are many different versions of the Masonic Lodge. It's not just one Masonic Lodge. Freemasonry has I think over 20 different versions of it here in the United States alone that all have different origins over back in Europe. So I don't know what he means. It's just lumping them all together, because I can guarantee you, one, they're not all the same. Some of them are wildly different from each other. And then two, they are absolutely, no matter who they are, what they do have in common is they're all about public service. That is a big thing with the Freemasons, that they are big on public service. My father was constantly out doing some sort of charity drive or some sort of building event or some sort of thing with the Masonic Lodge and with you on the weekends. So most likely the public service thing that they're talking about, the reason they would be against him is because of his refusal to adhere to mandates. He is doing harm to the public. So yeah, they would that's such a kissable. That's the face his wife sees. Rodinell's name says he's about to go Super Saiyan. Oh, I think I lost Johnny. I did lose Johnny. He may be back here in a second. Oh, but that's essentially what it is. The reason the Masons would be the Masonic Lodge, or the lodge, probably the local chapter in Tennessee or in that area. The reason they would speak out against him is because he's a danger to the community, and they are all about community service and public service.
Masonic network reached.
Hey, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Weird.
Was it just call me Abby says, was it the devil, God, or a bad connection?
Yes.
Rodinell's name says he's about to go Super Saiyan. Yeah, Cindy Sue. Yeah, the Scottish Rite and the Shriners are just different degrees in the Masons. Right.
Yep.
Out to us, asking me to renounce the incorrect things I said about the Mason Lodge,
which most likely you did, because you're not a fucking Mason.
Nothing more than a satanic cult.
No, it's not. I can assure you.
Quite literally the opposite of a satanic cult.
Quite literally the opposite.
Some would say it's a religious Christianity or Christian cult.
And I will not back down on what I said. They can threaten to kill me all they want.
They didn't threaten to kill you.
But I promise you one thing, come hell or high water, I will expose that wicked, vile, corrupt organization for exactly what it is. But
I can guarantee you, the Shriners and their little fezzes have never killed as many people as you have, Greg.
But guess who is...
What?
It's just this. I love it when people say, I will expose them. Okay, cool. Do it. Expose them, Greg. Expose.
Aaron Reese says, can we play a game where we see if every random screenshot looks like he's taking a crap? It's really all he's good for.
Well,
on
it's
their
like
side.
the many faces of Greg Locke. Look, see, yeah, there he goes again, taking his spirit.
The Historical Witchcraft Society. Now, you tell me, when the Masons and the witches come against the church, you better figure out whose side you're on, Skippy.
I don't remember the Masons being in the Bible. They talked about witches. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to speak. Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember them mentioning the Freemasons in the Bible. Do you?
I don't. Nor do I remember them mentioning Skippy, but he seems to mention Skippy a lot.
Yeah, he's got a real problem with Skippy.
Yeah, fucking. What does Skippy do to you? Maybe he's got a peanut allergy.
Whose side you're on, Bucko? This isn't a
Bucko.
Bucko and Skippy. Fucking hell.
Elijah and prophets of Baal standoff. So here's what's happening. Tomorrow night, Wednesday the 2nd, we're having a bonfire at our church because the Bible says in the Ephesians, to the Ephesian people in Acts 19, that they brought their sorcery and their books and
That's weird.
So this is a precursor to the book burning that he had.
Paul and Ephesus. Yeah, when Paul was talking to the Ephesians, John's baptism, Paul said John's baptism was a baptism of repentance. He told the people to believe in the one coming after him, that is, in Jesus. Okay.
Here's the funny thing about this. How can it be upset that people are equating him to Hitler?
How are what you cupping there? People are. Why is he upset that people are equating him to Hitler?
Right. Like, why would that even begin to become a part of your complaint against those who speak out against you? When you openly have a bonfire where you're encouraging people to burn books, you should expect the comparison to H-Man.
Agreed. Either he's that ignorant that it's lost on him, or he likes it. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
their occultic nonsense, and they burned it and mightily grew the word of God. So we announced this past weekend that we're going to have a great big old Bible burning, and we are.
A Bible burning?
Wow. That's exactly what Hitler started out with.
Huh.
So I let them all know that. You can probably hear the machines out there right now. Beep, beep, beep. They're moving stuff around. They're making a great big old fire pit.
You put some fucking logs up and you threw some pallets down and then you lit them on fire.
Yeah.
We got stuff coming in from all over the place. Some people have already begun to burn their stuff. Man, we got stuff hanging around here. Masonic Bibles, Shriners hats. We got all kind of wicked, crazy sorcery, all type of, I mean, just you name it. All kind of books on spells and voodoo dolls and crystals and.
Golly.
So it's not just the Masons, and it's not just witchcraft or Wiccans, pagans. Talk about crystals in that respect. That also could be pagan beliefs, or it could also be what is it? There's a either way, and then of course voodoo dolls. Well, that's Haitian. That's Haitian. That's also derived. Okay, it really depends. In the Caribbean, in the Afro-Caribbean belief systems, those are heavily influenced by Christianity itself as well.
Yep.
So, Transgirl says, "Oh no, not our D&D books. How will I play?"
That's funny.
Everybody said, "Did he just call a Fez evil?"
Yep.
Everybody said, crystals are also New Age. Yep. So.
You name it. And then today in Newsweek, Greg Locke's like Hitler. He's having a...
See? How are you going to get... You can't get upset with this dude. You can't.
No, there's another poop taken. There's another poop face.
Book burning. Whatever. What flipping ever.
That's your response? His response is whatever.
Well, he's got no response because... He has to be self-aware to know that's exactly what was going to happen. He had to know this. He knew this was going to happen. He knew that because it's easy ammunition. B, you're doing exactly what Hitler did.
Yeah.
And C, you're a giant piece of shit.
Excellent point. Wrote it Noah's name. You're going to burn crystals? How's that going to work?
It's not how that works. It's not how that works at all.
It's not how anything works.
We are not going to quit. So here's what happened.
Well, I mean, we know you're not. That's why we're not going to stop making fun of you.
Right.
There's this silly organization here in our area called Hip Mount Juliet.
Hip Mount Juliet. Okay, I'm curious.
All right, let's let him go while you looked it up.
Oh, you in a hurry?
No. I want to hear what he has to say. That way we can be in time.
Let's see. Okay, so all I'm saying, let's see, hip. It's hip like I'm hip. Hip
Right.
Mount Juliet is a group formed to help connect people that either live, work, or play in the area. That's their Facebook page. Crews break ground in the first phase of Mount. Blah blah blah. It's a community page. That's all it is. It's kind of like the neighbor thing in Texas.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you can connect with your neighbors?
Next door neighbor or something.
It's like next door. Yeah, it's like next door. Okay, cool. So it's like next door. It's just basically people to connect and give recommendations to people for restaurants and dog parks and shit like that. So, okay. So it's a neighborhood connection group.
Most of it's run by witches. If you look at all the
Oh my god.
It's run
by witches. That's literally something he said. He just said it's run by witches.
That is hilarious.
Was that Bazooka Balk is all of a sudden going to come out fucking casting spells on people or some shit?
Oh, that is hilarious.
profile pictures, a bunch of weed smoking crazy people that have hail Satan and worship the devil, all this bunch of pentagram nonsense, which by the way.
Oh, Donnie does that. Did you see that, Johnny?
I did not. What is it? There you go. That works.
Okay. Would that get me in trouble?
No.
Okay. If you want an H-man lock emoji, we need to get to the next tier of channel. I didn't plan that one. That's a new recommendation. I actually love it, and I didn't think of it. I mean, that's an amazing. Thank you, Donnie, for that recommendation. I absolutely love that. Hitler lock as an emoji. I think it's brilliant, and I will be happy to make it. We just need to unlock it by getting to the next phase. So, I mean, if you'd like to join the Godless Army, join the channel's membership, get access to all the cool stuff that we do, then yeah, jump on there. But yeah, we can unlock that. I can make that happen. I love that. Thank you, Donnie, for that recommendation.
Is on the very brick wall of the Mason Hall on Tate Lane right here in our town. And so today, we have a burn permit, by the way, from the state of Tennessee. Isn't that great? From the state of Tennessee, we have a burn permit for tomorrow night, which, let me remind you, we've been burning stuff for weeks and months out here on the lot as we've been moving stuff. People in this town, in this community, in Wilson County especially, they're like burning raw garbage in their backyard. But oh, guess what happened today? The chief of the fire department for Wilson County called me and said, well, you know, we'll provide a chipper for you. Would you put it in a chipper? I'm like, they didn't put it in a chipper in the Bible.
Wait a minute. What book burning event did they have in the Bible? Did I miss something?
I have no. I was like, did he actually just say that?
This guy's fun.
Sean Alexander's like, anyone can get a burn permit.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you got a burn permit.
Yay.
And I said, are you telling me that with a burn permit, we cannot have a fire, a controlled fire on private church property because people are mad?
No, not because people are mad, you dumb sack of shit, because it's fucking dangerous, you stupid fuck. It's nothing to do. Dangerous. It has nothing to do with whether or not people are pissed off at you, you dumb shit. You're not talking about the guy burning his one barrel of trash. You're talking about a bunch of dumb fucking redneck hillbilly assholes burning a whole bunch of fucking books and plastic and shit. Fuck this guy.
Aaron Reed says, if a wood chipper is good enough for Fargo, it's good enough for him.
Yeah, well, I was going to go more. I was going to go more Tucker and Dale, but whatever.
Well, Sheriff, it has been a doozy of a day.
such an uproar right now. And I said, look, let me tell you something. I called his name. I said, this is not on you. This is not your fault. We have a burn permit. Well, you know, I think we're going to have to revoke the burn permit. Revoke it. They told me that they will be here tomorrow night to, number one, send a truck to put out the fire, and then have the gall to say, don't let any of your people attack us. Stop listening to these idiots on HipMap. Who's going to attack you? We're a bunch of church people trying to have church. And
a bonfire where you burn books is not church.
That's not church.
You malignant fuck.
And burn.
I'm trying to catch his face again.
Occultic nonsense.
That's not fucking church.
No.
That's keeping people in bondage. I'm sorry your pastor, you know, wears laced panties when he preaches.
Wow.
See, this is one thing I can't stand about this
Okay.
fucking, well, one of the many things I can't stand about this asshole. He's immediately got to go to misogyny and whatnot. And you know what? So what if your fucking preacher wants to wear laced panties? Who gives a shit? Who are you, King Shane? Fucking piece of shit.
Whose fucking business is it other than that individuals?
Right.
Oh, fuck this piece of shit.
And won't stand up and say what.
These were things like, you know, when we were young, we would say shit like this because we didn't know any better.
Right.
And then we grew up.
Needs to be said, but if he wants to keep his people in bondage, that's great. I want our people to be delivered. And yeah, I'm fired up, ticked off at the devil. And he said, well, we're going to come and we're going to put your fire out. Well, first of all, it's going to be in the middle of the parking lot, surrounded by equipment, people, and vehicles. And no, you're not going to put our fire out. Okay, nobody's going to attack you. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And he said, well, you could be fined. Remind you, we have a burn permit.
It doesn't matter.
And they can revoke it.
It's the city, dude. It's the city. It's like, forget it, Greg. It's Mount Juliet.
Jesus.
Did this legally. You could be fined anywhere of hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Depending upon the size of it and the risk. Yeah.
Right.
So I told him, I'll have a blank check signed with my name on it tomorrow night. Find me whatever you. We'll pay $50,000 in fines.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Okay. Fine. That's fine. Let's get right. You'll do it? Awesome. $50,000 fine. Pay it to the state of Tennessee right now.
But if you think I'm going to bend to your demands because you're ticked off, all the witches said, we're going to show up and play Ouija boards in the parking lot. I wished you would. I'd snatch it out of your hand and burn it in our parking lot right in your face.
Oh, wait, but
Really?
they're not going to attack people. They're not going to attack people at all. This is the same asshole that says, come to our church. Don't worry, we got guns. But we're not going to attack you. Where would you get this crazy idea that we're going to attack you? Fucking idiot.
Ugh.
We are not playing with devils. We are not playing with demons. I ain't messing around with the occult. I'm not messing around with these trinkets and with the Masonic Lodge. I should just, people should just mail him Ouija boards.
Yeah.
He just get him in the mail. I'll just mail him a Ouija board and see what he does. Ouija boards.
not. I have no affiliation with that mess, never have, and I never will. We are going to have our fire tomorrow night. And I don't care how small or how big, stuff is coming in from everywhere. He said, well, you can only burn vegetation on your property. You can't burn stuff that people bring to you. Really? Make up the rules as you go, right?
Well, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that.
Let me see here. Open burn permit, Mount Juliet. Open burn permits are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. only. After hours requests and calls will be rejected. Open burn permits required for residents within the city limits of Mount Juliet to safely burn tree limbs and brush. The limbs and brush must be indigenous to the site of the burn, meaning it must have grown there. Oh, here we go. And I gotta share this, obviously.
Well, there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason why they want to do that, because they were trying to keep the same nitrates and whatnot in the soil that they came from.
So here it is. This is the fire department, Mount Juliet, Tennessee, open burn permit, online burning permit, guidelines and regulations. And right here it says, material to be burned cannot be shipped to the site of the burn and cannot include any building wood or other construction components.
Yep.
No open burning at construction sites without commercial burn permit and use of air curtain destructor. Weather conditions dictate the approval of burn permits. No burning will be allowed when high winds, obviously. And open burning without a permit will be deemed a violation and subject to a fine of $250 for malicious burning. Given the size of it, I don't know. It probably doesn't go, but hundreds make sense. $250. It says open burn permits are required for blah, blah, blah. And it says the limbs and brush must be indigenous to the side of the burn, meaning it must have been grown there. So no, the dude is not making up the rules as he goes along. He is citing them directly.
This fucking guy.
The government's pretty good about doing that. We've noticed that in the last 23 months. Just make up the rules.
So we just noted he's lying his ass off here. What was that?
That's the face he's making.
The many faces of Greg Locke. That right there is, but he says he's been burning stuff for months. So maybe if they're aware of it, maybe the fine will go up with infractions as the infractions go up. But I just want to point out, he just lied his ass off there.
Yep.
Greg Locke is a liar.
A good Christian preacher like Greg Locke telling lies? Say it ain't so.
Demonstrated here. I'm glad I looked at this because I was going to do a video. I'm probably going to do a video on it later. I might combine this Greg Locke insanity into one video so I don't have to listen to too much of it and lose the function of my genitals. But right there, I'm glad we looked at this. He legit just lied his ass off. I wonder what else he's lying about.
Everything.
Change the goalposts. Well, the EPA is going to find you. It's going to cause, these books are going to cause problems in the air. Whatever.
Well, yeah, because if there's plastic in their bindings, then yes.
Yep.
People around here are burning garbage in their backyard, and
then go ahead and call the fire department on them. Call them and have them be cited. You're not doing anything about it.
They're worried about us. And by the way, they're not upset that we're.
Well, yeah, if they burn their garbage in their backyard, that's one thing. And I understand that it's against the rules, and I'm not condoning it. Yeah, obviously, if you want to burn, you need to follow the rules. But if they're burning their garbage is one thing. You want to have a fucking bonfire where people are dumping materials into it.
Burning, they're upset what we're burning.
No, they're not. They're not upset. They're just the rules.
This whole all this is just woe is me. I need to turn myself into a victim. Feel sorry for me. Blah 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 bullshit. I don't feel sorry for you, Greg. I don't think anybody else is going to feel sorry for you. Anybody who falls for this shit, you deserve whatever ass whipping you get from whoever gives it to you for your just idiotic belief system. Like I said, believe in God, that's fine. Do you, but don't believe what this fucking idiot. Well, if you want to believe what this idiot believes, that's cool. You're just gonna have to deal with the consequences. But this guy's an idiot. He's so transparent. He's so transparent. He's such a little guy. He's such a little person. And I'm not talking size. I'm talking about. Oh man. Good Lord, this guy.
Forrest Valkai just messaged me back. And I'm going to ask him if he agrees with the possibility that it may just be grandstanding. So he responded, and I'm asking a question there, but he says, I'd really be interested in your opinion regarding the current Senate bill as an educator. We're discussing it on my live stream now. SB 1470, you'll be shocked to learn that I'm not a fan. I posted a video about it on TikTok and Instagram, but it's 3 minutes, so it's too long for Twitter. That bill is dangerously stupid. So
Yep.
And Sean Alexander, this guy is just a slimy skid mark.
Yeah.
And he said, all of Wilson County is in an uproar right now, and you got a lot of eyes on you, and because of that, you've drawn us into the mix. I'm not.
Yeah, you pretty much have, and
that's the way it works.
And city services don't like being drawn into shit.
No. Drawing you into the mix. Stay out of our parking lot. You won't have to worry about it because I don't care what the.
You set the fucking forest on fire. They will.
So stupid.
The fine is we're going to pay it. We are going to have our fire tomorrow night. I'm going to preach. We're going to have communion. We're going to worship. And we're going to burn that mess and send it back to the pits of hell where it belongs, no matter what Newsweek, CNN, and the rest of that crowd says. I don't care who shows up. Everybody's welcome. But we ain't going to mess with your spells and your witchcraft and your Satanism and your occultism and your Masonic Lodge mess. We're just not. Okay? So we're going to have our fire. And let me tell you something. I've already talked to the lawyer. I hate throwing around sue. But let me tell you something. We will sign the check and pay whatever fine necessary. But I remind you, we have a Tennessee state.
It's easy to talk about throwing money around when it's not your money.
Right.
Yep.
Government issued license for tomorrow night. So the second you cash that check, we're suing you. Because I'm not playing your games. I'm not backing down. We got a neighbor over here ticked off. We got neighbors.
Yeah, suing shit. Just like he didn't sue. He said he was going to try and sue Twitter for kicking him off Twitter.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
You know what Twitter says? Let me count all of my $100 bills and I'm about to wipe my ass with.
What does Twitter say?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Around us, people mad, people calling, people protesting, people threatening. I do not care. We are.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't be
ranting.
You wouldn't be ranting about it. There's a good face.
That's the face you make when you have the windy turds.
Not your average church. We're not the church you grew up in. We're not your grandmama's church, and we are not the church down the road. We believe in full-blown spiritual gospel supercharged deliverance. I've watched it in my office all day. We've watched it under that tent this past couple of weeks. We watch it everywhere we go. It ain't something we manipulate or manifest. We have watched people be delivered when they break off these occultic tendencies that are in their life. So we will be having our bonfire tomorrow night. I don't care if every police officer in this area, which, by the way, a lot of them are mad at me publicly on Facebook because 95% of them are Masons.
Somebody
called the wambulance.
Fucking hell, get us some fucking hamburger to go with this French fry.
Oh, Edison Carter, is that white powder under his nose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you ain't gonna catch no crackhead.
Well, look, I don't have a little sticker on the back of my car that gets me in the good old boys club that gets me out of a ticket, which, by the way, that's exactly.
Really? That gets you out of a ticket? I would love to hear the Mount Juliet Police Department's response to that statement.
Yep.
Why they have those on the back. Because you ask any Mason cop you want to, they cannot give another Mason a ticket. That's why.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, total bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Why these rapists, murderers, and pedophiles get away. Because if a judge is a Mason and a criminal is a Mason, he cannot convict people that are in the brotherhood.
Yes, he can.
So stupid. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, the Masons have a very strict code of conduct when it comes to that kind of shit.
He would actually be hit twice as hard because he would get it from the judicial system and he'd get it from the brotherhood.
So stupid. That's the thing that kills me. Well, we're not allowed to. Yeah, no. Not only are they allowed to, they are encouraged to call that shit out and hold them to a higher standard.
Oh, welcome to the lies of Greg Locke. Bald-faced lies, just like straight up lies. Only the deeply ignorant would believe this shit.
But I know what I'm talking about.
No, you absolutely do not.
I didn't realize we were talking about big old steaming piles of shit.
Beating his chest like a primate. It's like,
he's gonna start speaking in tongues himself.
It's like, what are you gonna do? Start climbing the fucking Empire State Building looking for a blonde?
Looking for fucking blondes, yeah.
It's a nefarious good old boys system that
the nefarious good old. I don't know a nefarious good old boy. Do you know any nefarious good old boys?
God.
It is nothing more than full-blown devil worship. And you
full-blown devil worship, boys. Devil worship is devil.
KCA Randy says, thank you so much for being here, buddy. He says, imagine the energy it takes to be scared of everything.
It's just, I mean,
Redding says Masons aren't like most of them like 80 years old.
Yeah, if you're worried about the Masons, just wait about 10 more years. You don't have to worry about him anymore.
Right.
Tell every one of them grand poopah worshipful masters that I.
That's a Flintstones reference.
So he's, my goodness. I've never seen somebody so worried about a group of old men playing fucking bridge.
Or driving around in little cars with fezzes.
Yes, down at the lodge.
I said so. We will have our bonfire tomorrow night. If every fire truck in this area shows up, if every sheriff and patrolman in this area shows up, we will not be trampled on. We will not be silenced. We will not be stopped. We will not be violated, and we will be protected in the name of the Lord. So you got the wrong one if you think I'm just.
There he goes. He likes using that term. You got the wrong one.
Gonna willy-nilly whisper away into the corner and be like, well, okay, we're gonna do it your way. Oh no, we're not doing it your way. We're gonna do it God's way. And Acts 19 says they brought their curious magic arts together and they burned them and mightily grew the word of God. So I don't care what people think about me. I'm over it. I got family that's disowned me, friends that have disowned me. I do not care.
Wow.
So you mean to tell me that there's a Locke that's got a bit of sense out there somewhere, huh?
That's just damn. Friends and family that have disowned his ass, and he doesn't give a damn.
I do not care.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't be blathering on for fucking 10 goddamn minutes about this. You would just go about your business.
Yeah, I mean, golly. So we need to start talking like Greg Locke, though. Right, so every now and again we have to start talking like Greg Locke. So every now and again we have to speed up and talk really fast, really quick, and all of a sudden say a whole bunch of words, a lot, again, and then slap our hands together like so, and then all of a sudden we have to slow down, and then have that awkward silence pause for half a second while we go bump into the line of cocaine.
My wife is happy and God is pleased. I'll do whatever the Spirit of God tells me. And when I'm...
That's scary.
Yep. This is why he's dangerous.
That right there.
Yes. That face. Yeah. Oh, I can't get it out.
Be gone, demon.
Right. Based on the Bible, I'll dig my heels in and I'll roll with it. I don't care how mad the neighbors get. They can burn garbage in their backyard, and yet we can't burn occultic stuff. It's not that we're burning. It's got these Masons stirred up because we're burning Masonic Bibles and Shriner hats and all that bunch of mess. It's nonsense. Leave our church alone.
Then stop bringing attention to yourself, dumbass.
Yeah, real simple.
It's a Streisand effect.
Yep.
If you want people to leave you alone, stop making a spectacle of yourself.
Real simple.
That's the face of him kind of hearing what I'm saying, but then he quickly ignores it.
Let us have church. You send everybody you want to, but you better be ready. Because
ready for what?
Didn't he just say they weren't going to be violent? Like 10 seconds ago in his little rant, he was talking about, oh, please, you're not going to be, nobody's going to attack you. Nobody's saying anything about being attacked. He's such a fucking piece of shit.
Casey already. Occultic is a word? I don't think it is. Vesta Frey says, Dr. Nefarious, well, at least I have a PhD in computer science and engineering.
There you
go. And I saw that Aaron Reese has called himself, he says he's a nefarious good old boy.
we're not backing up, packing up, slacking up, or shutting up until we've been taken up by the glory of God. I'm gonna tell you something. I will preach the gospel to my last breath. I promise you, they'll have to kill me.
Okay.
Martyr. I need to be a martyr.
That's that martyrdom shit.
Yep.
Right? You would be like heads I win, tails you lose. That's pretty much what it's about.
Before I stop having biblical convictions, and they may very well want to. We get enough death threats as it is.
This is the line that Greg Locke has drawn in the sand. This is his mentality. This is where like this is the point. I mean, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how many people I endanger, no matter how many laws I break or how many mandates I refuse to adhere to, no matter how many people that I said, no matter how many congregants die, no matter what, he will not stop. That he will go down fighting and you'd have to kill him before he would stop. That's the line he's drawn in the sand to anybody that would challenge him.
Yep. That's not dangerous at all.
But I ain't worried about that either, Skippy. I'm telling you, I'll sleep fine tonight.
Damn, Skippy.
I don't know. What does Skippy do to him?
But tomorrow night, we will have a bonfire. You better get here early. Bring everything you can. We'll burn all of it if it takes 7 hours. If it takes 7 days, we'll burn all of it. But we will have our burn, and we will be burning, and we have a burn permit. And if you revoke it,
They make a cream for that, Greg.
Yeah.
that's on you, not on me. Every bucket sits on its own bottom. We'll have the whole...
What?
Where did he come up with this shit?
Every
bucket sits on its own bottom. What does that even fucking mean?
I'm kind of curious. Every bucket sits on, every tub must stand on its own bottom. It's an idiom. Everyone must be self-sufficient. Oh, okay. Every tub on its own. It's from Matthew 25, 1-30. Every tub must sit on its own bottom regarding salvation. While it is a worthy thing for parents to bring their babies, blah, 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 blah. So it's Matthew 25, 1-13.
Yeah, but what does that even have to do with what he's talking about?
I don't know what self-sufficiency has to do with this. I guess I don't know. I'm not even going to try and hazard it.
Pit set up. We will light it on fire, and no, you will not put it out. And I do not give 2 flips of a wooden nickel if you fine us. I'll pay the fine and then sue you when you cash the check.
You won't have grounds, you dumbass.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Greg. Go ahead, man. Waste your money on lawsuits. Waste your congregation's money.
Yeah, congregants' money, yes. That's it. Waste your congregants' money on lawsuits.
We did everything legally correct and right. And so we're standing on that. We're believing that. I believe in deliverance. I don't care how many meetings I get canceled. I don't care who gets mad and uncomfortable. And you're like, well, you're just going to run people out of the church. Thousands of people are showing up at this church because they are being...
No, they're not. No, they're not. He is always...
Hundreds, maybe.
He is greatly inflating his numbers.
Yeah.
Big time.
Set free by the power of the gospel like God's Holy Spirit intended. So if your pastor wants to keep you in bondage, great. This one wants you free. You see, here's the problem. Doctors want to keep you sick because there's money in it.
He's one of these assholes.
Yep.
Why does that not surprise me?
And preachers want to keep you mentally, emotionally unstable because there's money in it.
Whoa. Did we just step into the projector room?
Should I back that up?
We just step into the projector room.
Let's back that up a hair.
Doctors want to keep you sick because there's money in it. And preachers want to keep you mentally, emotionally unstable because there's money in it.
So much to unpack there.
He will preach the gospel till the day he dies, till his last breath. He is a preacher, and he just Karen Kinsley. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Oops.
Uh-oh. The fact that he is so far removed from even having any just idea of his own self. It's, he's one of these assholes that once you get started, they just spout a whole bunch of bullshit. They don't even know what the fuck they're saying.
That is hilarious.
This guy's an idiot.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Got some on your shoe there, Greg.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't preach for money.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Oh, man, I don't preach for money. Okay, cool. Then stop sending around the donation plate and stop asking your congregation for money to help build this or build that or secure this or secure that for your church. You lying sack of shit.
God.
I don't need it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do need it.
High-tech redneck, always have been.
Oh, Redding says check behind the sauna boards.
Yeah. No, it's not a sauna. That's an outhouse.
It's an outhouse. He preaches for the tax-free status.
Yeah.
That's right. I saved 100% of my taxes by switching to Jesus.
There you go.
drive a 1992 Bubba truck and don't need your money and don't want your money and could care less. You could put it in a bag and burn it tomorrow night if you want to. I preach because there's a calling on my life. We will be having our showdown tomorrow night.
Then I challenge Greg Locke to remove all the collection plates from his sermons, from whenever he holds service. All of your services, remove the collection plate. You don't need it. You just said you don't need it. The fucker just said, I don't need money. I've got plenty, which is his congregation's money. But if you don't need it, then stop passing the plate. You don't need donations. Just let them come to hear your freaking sermon.
No matter who shows up. If the governor shows up,
you would do shit.
The governor doesn't give two shits about you, you fucking idiot.
And even if the governor did show up, you wouldn't do shit, Greg.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
What are you gonna do? The governor of the state? Please.
You'll have to participate because this is private church property and we're not messing with Nazis. You hear me?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Greg,
13. It was 12 minutes and 27 seconds for him to invoke Godwin's law.
Yeah.
When he is the one. Oh no, he did it earlier with Hitler when he brought up the Hitler thing. So.
Well, he didn't bring up the Hitler thing though. He was just talking about how people were comparing him to Hitler because he's doing Hitler-esque shit.
That's right. And so now, 12 minutes, 27 seconds for him to invoke Godwin's law.
We're not messing with devils.
Oops.
We are going to do what the Holy Spirit clearly asked us to do. And
it asked you to do it. Okay. I'm very curious. I'd like some evidence of that, please.
I don't care how many friends I lose over that. People's deliverance by the power of the gospel mean more to me than what you think about Greg Locke. So bring it, Satanists. Bring it, witches. Bring it, warlocks. Bring it, Freemasons. You can line up. You can hate me with the rest of them. Stand in line.
Nobody hates you. You're not that important.
Really?
We hate your behavior. We hate his behavior. I hate what he does, with the effect he has in society. I hate what he inspires other people to do. I hate his behavior. But Greg Locke, legit, unless I'm looking at a video of this motherfucker, I don't think about him. I'm not like, oh, that Greg Locke. God damn, that Greg Locke. That's not my concern. I really don't give a shit. But we need to be able to laugh at this asshole, but also be aware of him.
Yeah.
And we are not going to bend to your demands. To hop on.
Scary. He's so scary.
Just like just scary man.
He's just a scary guy.
Scary man. He's a scary man. Man. Don't be like Greg Locke, folks.
Don't be like Greg Locke. And thank you, Aaron Reese, for that image. I will definitely compile. I will compile the Hitler Locke. Hitler Locke emoji is being bumped to the top of the list. Hitler Locke emoji will be the next one that is unlocked on the channel once we receive enough the next channel members. I don't actually know how many more I need to unlock the next one, but like I said, it'll unlock with that one. But I think we've been going for a little over 3 hours now. It's a bit of a long one for me, but HS Priest says this is crooked. I wonder what is crooked. Trans Girl says he asked not to donate to Planned Parenthood, but send the money to him. Send the money to him instead. I can't post links here, or else I would. It's an article on Friendly Atheist from 2017. No, he's
a liar. Yeah, he's straight up a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar. I think it was pretty much demonstrated here. People understand that this dude, that Greg Locke, is a fucking liar. I mean, his lies are all over the place. And the scary thing is that his followers either forgive him for his lies,
or they join in.
Or they do it themselves. They forgive him because they're liars themselves, or because, he's a man of God, so blah, 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 or whatever. They either forgive him for that, or they don't know. They're so ignorant that they have no idea what he's doing. But he's taking them for a ride. Or essentially, in many cases, he's taking their money and giving it straight to the city. So, because in fines or penalties. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, liar, liar, book on fire. Very true. Well, this has been fun. This has been awesome. We've gone a little over 3 hours now, and I know people are probably getting tired of my voice. I know the shills are currently on. I know SC Tune's got a thing going on over there with Jesse 10-2, I think. So I think I'm going to close it up and let everybody get out of here and go check out other stuff because I know people can get sick of my ass. Johnny, what do you do? You have anything coming up?
I do. Somebody actually sent me an idea for a new mashup with Glenn Stereo. That's all I'm going to say about it because I think it's going to be freaking hilarious.
Oh, please. Yes, definitely. Definitely want to hear about that. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I got.
And all the usual stuff going on.
All the usual stuff going on. Yeah. So I'll have some new other not Glenn Stereo stuff coming out next week. All the fun stuff.
Awesome. Cool. Well, as far as me here, I've got videos galore coming out. Like I said, as we I was gone that week, the stupid just piled up. So I've got a lot of stuff I'm going to look at. I'm probably going to condense that Greg Locke stuff into a video, but I'll release that. I've got my John MacArthur one coming up next. That's going to be coming shortly. I'm about halfway done editing that one. Make sure that one's good and solid before I put out one. And then, of course, Weekinhorror, as usual, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. And now I'm back. I took a week off so I could go down there, but now I'm back. And that will continue on as normal. So we'll see you there Wednesday, 7 p.m. over at the Weekinhorror channel. I want to throw out a huge, giant thank you to every single person out there who joined us in the chat. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys watching means the absolute world to me. Thank you so much to all of the channel members, all the members of the Godless Army. If you too would like to be a member of the Godless Army, you can for 99 cents a month because that's about as much as I value my content. So if you like that, if you like the channel badges, if you like all the emojis that I unlock for you, feel free to join. Your support helps. But if you're not able to, don't even worry about it. You just hanging out with me here has been, makes it all worth it. And I absolutely love doing it. And of course, thank you to everybody who supports Weekinhorror over at the channel. All the links to support everything you need is down below in the description. That's pretty much it. So thank you all so much. I'll see you on the next one, probably on the next premiere. Say goodbye, Johnny.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Y'all have a great night. Be safe. Be excellent to each other. And together, we can bridge the divide.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.